Here we go. It's time for Castranger. I have no opening bit. It is very obvious. It's 11 years, and this is what we've come to.
Yeah, Gar's not here, Paul's not here, Emily's not here, and Raven's not here. So we have Jackson instead.
Yeah. Me! Yay, it's me.
It's Jackson, beloved member of the cast fan community. It's been a rough fucking week. I'm sorry.
Stretch.
I'm not on my A game today.
Cue the roll call.
Connect. Loading.
Broadcast.
Perfect.
Show-running super savant.
Level up.
Bluecaster super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster, Robolane.
Trauma-inducer. Northcaster, Saga.
Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 532.
It's episode Timber!
Timber! You have to say that
Timber
every time.
No.
I always liked his idol stance in black and white because he's just like always like tossing his fucking timber log in the air. It's fucking awesome.
I hate the veins.
Yeah, the Dick Vein really sells it. It looks like if Disney, Disney like designed a Pokemon. Like old Disney.
He is very, yes.
I can't wait to get.
Is that just a 2x4?
Yeah, it's just a 2x4.
It's just a 2x4. Okay.
I can't wait to get to Sock and Pro.
There's
Grinder.
No, it's Timber,
That's awesome.
Burger, and Conkeldurr.
That's so cool.
What was the second one?
Grinder is the regional variant.
As the app is.
Girder.
It's literally Girder.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
And then Conkeldurr.
Conkeldurr is the older one, and he has like two concrete.
Conkeldurr is the one that looks like
Concrete.
Conkeldurr is the one that literally is just Gigasmon from Digimon Frontier.
You see,
Yeah.
I can love that.
Pull up pictures of Conkeldurr and Gigasmon and tell me I'm wrong. So there's Conkeldurr at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Someone pull up a shot of Gigasmon from Digimon Frontier.
Okay, even the metal, like, Donkey Kong pipe is excessive as a weapon.
That's Gigasmon.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see what you mean, but
It's a lot, if you look at the anime, the way he's animated makes it a lot more clear because the colors are a lot more differentiated in this official art.
I'll say this.
Me and Ichi still need to do that live stream one day where we go through every single Digimon because I've never seen them all and I want to see them all.
There are lots that even I haven't seen.
Never seen any
I get
Digimon.
more of the vibes.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we're a bunch of grinders that get together every week.
No, I don't sign off on that one.
Damn.
What are we, Ichi?
Episode title.
No, the title of this week's episode is Butler Week, I guess.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We're a bunch of host club butlers who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third thing.
Yeah, there were a lot of butlers.
The
this
third
week,
thing,
weren't there?
possibly Grinder.
No.
Okay.
Grinder, I hardly know her.
Oh boy. Okay, so
there's a soundboard.
This week's we do have a soundboard. It's just largely populated with our bumpers.
You bitch.
Oh god! Oh god! Jesus!
Such shot.
Okay, so our topics for this week are Gavv 31, Gozyuger episode 9, and Akibaranger episodes 10, 11, and 12 to wrap up Akiba April.
Very funny.
We're talking about 13?
No, and I was not told why, but I remember basically what the episode was about, so I'll briefly recap it afterwards.
Okay, yeah. I did watch 13 in advance.
Is Vegas' son when you think about it?
Oh!
Is this my son?
So many belts.
Give me back my son.
Yeah. Alright, well, we have some news to talk about first.
Yeah, we do.
News mode.
It's about.
Unsurprising to everyone, they are doing an SH figure arts of Goju Wolf.
I'm very surprised. I don't know what.
Very, very good looking.
Well, we knew they were going to do at least the Red Ranger. Whether we get the others is kind of up in the air.
We'll find out.
Wait, does he come with a ring?
I hope.
Oh yeah, he does. Or he's at least got rings on his fingers. Oh, you mean like it comes with a ring that you can put in
it
the
does
actual
come with
texture?
it comes with a special. It comes with like the ring that like turned into his ring in the show.
I feel like that was a promo item before the show started.
No, but like I think he actually comes with an actual like Sentai ring that goes with the sword.
The limited edition first press release will include the special Sentai ring.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, this is SH Figure Arts Goju Wolf. 145 millimeters tall. Close attention was paid to the body lines, such as the connection from the chest to the abdomen and waist.
I was gonna say it has like a more like fabric-y look to it than most figure arts I've seen.
The color and texture of each part is also pursued. What the fuck does that mean? To recreate the dynamic movements of the character, the hip joints have a wide range of motion. The shin parts can also move up and down to avoid interference with the ankle. Because of this, you can enjoy posing the character with no issues. So yeah, they did this because Goju Wolf does a lot of really weird animalistic poses.
You know, he goes, "Hoo!"
Like,
wow. Why'd you cut off Boom Red?
Who?
Come on, hey!
Damn it!
Taya is a badass. How dare you? Thank you, Decker. Jackson's like,
He's certainly bad at something.
No.
Sorry, okay.
Wow. Anyways, there's my boy Zen Kaiser. I fucking love that guy.
It's a gorgeous suit.
9,900 yen October release for those interested.
Very cool.
No.
Sweet.
Give Ichi his Tombo Oger.
I like the texture of the black part of the suit.
The look of it, the smell, the texture. I will say, like, the black parts of the suit, the textures on it do look nice.
Nice and bumpy.
Yeah.
The Tega sword also looks great.
Bumped for your pleasure.
Proper size on the hand, too.
All right, very cool. Next.
Very cool.
Sweet.
So, DX Robo Universe Black Gozyuger.
Oh god, the first picture of like the T-Rex Zord. What happened to you?
That's what Decker, do you have the
no.
See, the problem
Decker, do you have
is
the photo of the other universe one.
The problem is this is Robo Universe toy line.
Yes.
Oh, that's a shitty toy line. God.
So they literally just repainted the Gozyuger for the old one, of which the T-Rex looks equally shitty.
I don't like it. It looks awful.
Yeah,
the neck, like the whole piece.
The individual Zords are just god awful for this.
Yeah.
But that's not how they're meant to be shown.
It's
honestly, like the Soul of Chogokin and like the Legacy Dino Megazord are probably like the two best ones I've ever seen.
Yep.
So.
And of course, because this is Robo Universe, you can mix and match it with the other ones.
But I don't want to.
They've advertised weird combos with Gokaio and Gao King and just fucking atrocities.
You know what?
That one's not bad.
the tank mode one with fucking Tokuo and Gokaio, and they're all in there, and I'm like, what a fucking mess.
You know what? I know something that could fix this right up. A badass cloak.
Just cover it up.
And of course, there's one shot where they've mixed him up with Tegazord.
Go back to the big tank mode. I don't know why. It just gave me like vibes from. Remember in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the big ship?
Oh yeah.
Just all the cannons sticking out of everywhere.
Oh, the halberd or whatever.
Yeah. No, like the one that Bowser and Ganon were on.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this is a thing.
Pity you.
This toy line sucks. Moving on.
So let's see. Coloring is different compared to regular Gozyuger, blah blah blah. Separated, you can rearrange parts. Premium Bandai web exclusive 5280 yen November release.
Cool.
You know what? To be perfectly objective on this, I will say it's a good price for what used to be a very prestigious Megazord model. this is basically based on like the black and gold Megazord that used to be like a premium item. But for
Tucker calls it the
5280 yen,
universe tank. I call it Psycho because you're a psycho if you buy this.
I remember I saw the black and gold Legacy Dino Megazord in a Toys R Us once, and I took a picture of it and I posted it and was like, if anyone wants it, it's here, go get it.
Oh, was there a black repaint of Daisuke before?
there was one of, I don't know about Daisuke, but there definitely was one of the Mighty Morphin Megazord.
Yeah, the Mighty Morphin Megazord, the gold one from '93.
I vividly remember that.
Yeah, Raven owns one. One, I'm pretty sure.
Ah,
biblically accurate T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a very tiny Daisuke on my desk.
Yeah,
when my roommate got me.
I don't like the way you phrase that sentence.
I wouldn't advertise that.
A tiny Daisuke on my desk? What?
Decker, we don't talk about the NFT one.
Perfectly harmless. He is my son.
The one that Multi showed with the black and green recolor looks pretty cool. But you gotta mix the Dragon Zord in there for maximum effect.
Yes.
Alrighty. So yeah, Premium Bandai Web exclusive 5280 yen releasing in November.
Cool.
If and when you care. Next,
I don't.
Speaking of Zyuranger, we have the Memorial Edition Dino Buckler.
So it's the Legacy Power Morpher again.
Pretty much.
Again.
Japanese version.
Decker's
Decker's like, no action.
Great changer.
No, I know it is, Decker. I'm just making a joke, being a butt.
So yeah, it comes with the 5 coins. Its appearance is based on the one seen in the series. Silver and red paint was added. Included Guardian Beast medals are painted gold and inked, giving them a luxurious appearance.
Ooh.
This Dino Buckler has a motion sensor. When you remove it from the belt buckle and hold it onto your waist, the posing sound is activated.
Cool.
Press the button to transform. LED lights, transformation, blah, blah, blah. The number of LEDs installed has been increased by 300% compared to the DX version.
So when that thing goes off, it is going to, like, fucking blind you.
Flashbang.
I don't know that many kinds of LEDs.
I mean, I will say I do like the sound it makes when they, like, open up the Morpher. It's pretty cool. It's like, yeah, that's cool.
You're in the mean streets of Tokyo. Someone's coming up to mug you. It's morphin' time, and just flashbang.
Run as fast as you can.
All right. So the item also plays music, of course, like any memorial item. The TV size
plays magic.
Oh, it plays the Zyuranger theme song. That's awesome.
So that means that if I got it, I could sing the Parody Rangers theme to it.
Nice.
Yes, you could.
If I was more of a science tech whiz, I would take that aspect where it plays a song, and I do the angry video game nerd version.
I was thinking it too. So.
Oh yeah.
The next time we do Zyuranger, we have to make that the bumper.
I would be down to talk about some episodes of Zyuranger, honestly.
One day.
I mean, eventually we'll run out of everything to talk about.
On a long enough timeline, yes.
We'll do
talking about tattoo,
January. We'll do like a Zyuranger themed January. I don't know.
Zyuranger. I am so tired.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. I haven't done the news.
Okay, so aside from transformation, it also comes with a knuckle mode that uses the motion sensor to activate attack sounds.
I prefer
mode. Are you supposed to be using
knuckles?
Are you supposed to be using the Dino Buckler as a fist weapon?
Fuck yeah!
That's awesome.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
leave an imprint and
yeah, you punch a putty so fucking hard in the forehead, and you leave an imprint of your coin on them.
What the fuck?
So funny.
I hope that's what the. I've never seen Zyurangers. Is that what they do?
I have no idea.
No.
This is why we need Gar here.
It's punching time. And it also has a Daisuke fusion mode that activates the mecha formation sounds. Premium Bandai Web exclusive 16,500 yen November release.
Boy.
Oh,
I mean,
so expensive.
That's not bad.
It's what I expect from Memorial stuff.
Love this changer.
I fucking love that Markiplier gift so much.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, I've seen people use that for Winter Soldier.
Have Markiplier play the Winter Soldier in the next one.
Oh my, yes.
Kind of has the look.
Bye.
Next Winter Soldier skin is just the black shirt and jeans.
Oh no! I think someone actually modded Markiplier onto Winter Soldier in Marvel Rivals. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucky Plier.
Yes.
Bucky Plier.
All right, next. From Shokugan Modeling Project, they revealed Wolzard and Barikian from Magiranger.
Cool.
Oh my god, I want it!
Pretty cool.
Oh, it even makes the fucking Centaur
Great.
mode. That's cool.
It can do Wool Kentaros, it can do Wool Kaiser, you can combine it with Magi Phoenix to form Fire Kentaros and Fire Kaiser. You can mix it up with Magi King.
It'll make your coffee in the morning.
I love that, like, the Centaur mode, the legs are just, like, massive. And it's this whole upper body and just...
Comically large horse,
legs.
comically small man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comically large horse with appropriately large sword and shield, and then just the tiny ass head.
Honestly, it's always a really cool trait in Sentai or Power Rangers when like a ranger or like a ranger turns into their fucking Zord. That's always cool. Like Magna Defender does it too.
But by far the most interesting thing shown in this gallery of images is apparently some new variant of Wool Kaiser featuring Magi Garuda equipped onto it as wings.
This never happened?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
That never happened in the show.
That has been Ichi's dream.
This is cool.
I want...
Hey, listen, you slap wings on anything, it's awesome.
I want SMP Magi King. I want SMP Wool Kaiser. I want them both. I need them on my desk right now. Ah!
They're coming.
Okay, so Shokugan Modeling Project. The design features increased articulation from the original DX release, full compatibility with SMP Magi King. As I said, Fire Kaiser. Then we got Wool Kaiser with the wings. So SMP Wool Kaiser is releasing in September, and I think the SMP Magi King is releasing in June, if I'm not wrong.
Nice.
Oh, if we want Saint Kaiser, we need the horse from the movie. I don't think they put that one out
yet.
But yeah, like, look at this. Like, we got Barikian, we got Magi Phoenix riding Barikian, we got Fire Kentaros, Fire Kaiser, and there's Wool Kentaros.
That means they gotta do the Trevelyan next, right?
Hopefully. Then we got like Wolves.
So.
They even have like Wolzard. They have Wolzard riding the Magi Dragon. You know what I'm super curious about now? Okay, so Magi Phoenix can replace Wolzard in the Barikian combinations. Does that mean Wolzard could replace Phoenix on Magi King? I need to get both of these releases and try it. We will get Wool King.
That's me.
You can literally just put the fucking...
Give them all of your money.
A witch hat for you.
Oh, I love these Zords. Magi King is still my favorite Megazord ever.
No, and what's great about these is like they're nice, small, good, decent size. They're really articulate and they have great detail.
Oh yeah, the coloring on these is just fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, like you zoom in on these photos, like all these close-ups. Like holy shit, the detail.
I think they're like about this big.
Yeah,
I think they're
a little smaller than the DX ones.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like 6 inches, I think.
I'd say they're above average.
Too easy.
But yeah, I want these immediately.
I'm not gonna lie. If they ever do like a super mini plug of Syrender, like Signalman's mech, I would love to have that.
Go back to that picture you were just on, Ichi, of the one of like I never really thought about this, and I know this series is very heavily influenced by like fantasy shit. I'm like, that's the Eye of Sauron.
Oh yeah.
I think it's supposed to be more like a Gorgon's eye, because like they reveal it and it does this like flash attack.
There is no life in the void.
Yeah, Wolzard's awesome, very awesome. I love this. I love everything about this set.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Very cool.
Next. All right, now we've gotten some magazine scans, and we have our first proper, good, full look at Gavv's 2 final forms. Over Gavv and Master Gavv.
I love that.
Look at it again.
What the hell is even that? I like it.
Chill.
I think they're both cool.
So yeah, Over Gavv, the orange one. I think those are the punch and gummy gloves, but like changed up a little bit. It doesn't have the full kick and gummy foot foot accoutrements, but they are like thick foot pieces.
I hope that
It's the color of kicking.
I hope that instead of saying juicy, he goes juiced.
Yeah.
The sounds of these forms have already leaked. I've heard them already. I
like over a lot. I think over's cool. I think it's a healthy balance of purple and orange.
I just I just like how like really orange the form is.
I'm biased because they're both my favorite colors, orange and purple.
If
purple
orange
primarily.
wasn't in my least favorite colors of all time, I would love this form. For someone who likes orange, I can see why people would like this. It is it's a neat design.
It's made of 100 snacks. Yeah,
I don't mind the helmet.
I like the helmet.
I think the helmet very rabbit-like. Decker, you're objectively wrong. Orange and purple go great together.
No, 100% agreed.
But I think the helmet works. I think the thing that always throws me off, or specifically on over, is the yellow eyes. I think they work a lot better on Master.
I think,
especially because the shade of yellow.
With regards to the orange versus purple, I think there's just the perfect balance of main orange color and purple accent color on this suit. I think this suit strikes a good balance of lots of main color and just enough of secondary color.
Master doesn't.
Master Gavv is interesting because, like, I will say there's a little more orange than there should be on Master Gavv, but I think the shape of the color designs on Master Gavv are a better put together package.
I can see that.
For some reason, Decker's been like obsessing over this form's like crotch and ass for some reason.
Well,
yeah, dude, what the hell?
I mean,
it is a very nice shade. I'll say that.
I think it's a great.
I do
shade of purple.
I love the shaping on Master Gavv way more, especially the shoulders.
Yes, sure.
It definitely feels like the super version of Poppin' Gummy.
Put on his
I like this.
It's a.
Like, I like the sleekness of Master Gavv. Like, it is really cool, but just like, I don't know. I just like, I love how bulky and shit Over Gavv is. It's super cool.
Yeah, I said this in the Discord earlier, but it looks like we've got a rabbit tank situation going on where the Over Gavv is the power form and Master Gavv is the speed form.
I can see that.
People are complaining why is there so much orange on Master Gavv still. I think what happens is Over Gavv is like the base version of the suit, and then Master Gavv is like equipped onto it. Again, Hazard and Rabbit Tank. Is it?
Just has orange feet. Whatever.
I think I mean, Over is bigger. So when I'm assuming, obviously we haven't seen the transformation, but I assume that the big pieces of Over are gonna come off, and then Master's gonna be underneath.
Could be.
We're not talking about the fact that it's called Master Gavv. He's been Master Gavin all over the place.
Yeah, I don't fully know what the meaning of the names are for the forms yet.
I mean, they both kind of mean the same thing, just like super.
I assume
just different words for
my first
better Gavv.
My first thought about Over Gavv is like, oh no, he overate, and that's why he's all swollen up.
I'm sorry, Decker. Nothing will ever be Rainbow Gotchard for you. I like this for. I think. And then cool.
I think Master Gavv is like, I've gotten my diet under control. I've slimmed down, and now it's all speedy form.
I honestly still think the best like rider final form in the Reiwa era we've gotten is Ultimate Revice.
No, hold on. Okay, Decker, you've been a problem this whole situation, but when you say Cross Saber is better than this, now you've crossed my line.
Yeah, no. Cross Saber is ass.
Get him out of here.
I am a Saber apologist, and even I think Cross Saber is a fucking atrocity.
Cross Saber is ass. Realizing Hopper is lazy as shit.
Cross Saber is literally Saber's base form. Exact shape, exact design, exact everything. But they splashed him. They splashed his suit in star-colored paint.
Oh, I see.
Ultimate Revice is just really fucking badass and is so cool. And then Geats 9 is just fucking dope.
Geats 9 is
Geats
Awesome.
9's dope. And then
I
they
think-
gave us black and blue Geats 9 and gold and black Geats 9, and like because that's why they kept reusing the suit because it just works.
Which color was the Geats?
Jiva's so upset. She's like, "Stop fighting. We're okay. We're just for the bit, Jiva. It's just for the bit."
Okay,
And
so
then Rainbow got your 3.
I will say I get what
That's
Overgav is going for, but out of the two, I vastly prefer Master Gav design wise.
I think
Really?
I'm an Overgav fan. I just really love how bulky and orange it is.
And like
As-
I'll be straight up, like I said, orange is one of my least favorite colors, and I can't deny that's a large factor.
And
in
I'm
it.
just gonna say it, Decker. On Master Gav, I like the orange feet. I think it's really cool.
It's funny. I'm in the opposite boat. Purple is my favorite color, but I still think over works better.
Yeah, Overgav's fucking dope.
If I'm right and Master Gav's armor goes on top of the overform, I will like Master Gav a lot better than I already do.
Decker, you know what you do? Take Master Gav, shop his fucking feet purple. You fixed it. There you go.
The only reason I said that was because Master comes after, because you have to flip it upside down to get Master. Obviously, you can start with it upside down.
Yeah,
So
I think they
that's
showed
part of the
other
reason
toys,
I
but-
think it's what's happening.
So he starts with Overgav. Okay, I'm down for that.
Well, Overgav is just like the upright position where the top of the bag is at the top.
Yeah, like when you put the Gochi pot in the way you would expect to, with the opening of the bag pointed up, that's the overform position. And then to switch into Master, you have to literally revolve it so that it's as if the candies were spilling out of the bottom.
See, it may be like Kiwami Arms, but it's not going to be as badass as Kiwami Arms was.
I think that I actually
Kiwami Arms is so cool.
Thinking about it, I think that ties back into my theory about like Master Gav and Overgav's motifs, because like Overgav is like, yes, I ate all of this food, and then Master Gav is when you turn the bag over, dump it out because you're cutting back on the candy.
It's a giant form for a giant bag of candy, and then you spill it all out, and now he can use all the weapons and shit. That's actually pretty cool.
Do you want diabetes or slightly more diabetes?
Type 2, type 1, your choice.
Yeah, type 1 or type 2.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Could you fucking imagine if the names of these forms were Kamen Rider Gav, Type 1 and Type 2?
Type 2.
And their final form is diabetes.
No.
Diabetes. Oh shit.
That's awesome.
But yeah. Probably move on.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, cool. Well, I imagine we'll have a lot more solid opinions when we finally see
What's
them in show.
your favorite Reiwa Arrow final form? Let us know in the comments.
All right. Next, we have more Rider Gochizo.
Oh no.
And it relates to what we were just talking about. We get Geats 9, Cross Saber, Ultimate Revice, and Rainbow Gotchard.
Hey, let's go.
Oh yeah, it's not just those. Those are just the ones in like the ad image. So we're getting like basically final forms of all of the main riders. So we got Kuga Ultimate, Agito Shining, Ryuki Survive, Gaim Kiwami, Drive Type Trideron, Ghost Mugen Damashi, 02, Cross Saber, and Geats 9. Those are all in the strongest form version 01 set. And then in the second set, we have Fai's Blaster, Blade King, Hyper Kabuto, Double Cyclone Joker Extreme, O's Puchatira, Eat That Tajadorus, Forze Cosmic States, Wizard Infinity Style, Ultimate Revice. That's two separate ones. These are cool.
I love Ultimate Revice.
Did you post this news link?
I think I did.
Yeah, it's under Gojizo under final.
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay, and then moving on to the next set, pack 3, we have it's Shin Ichigo. That's neat.
Interesting.
Armed Hibiki, Deno Liner. Interesting that Liner's the choice here. I've seen Climax be called the final form in other spots.
It's not.
No, Climax is a super form.
Yeah, but then why is that one the form that gets used in the Decade card set?
Because it's better than form. I love Climax form.
All right. Anyway, Deno Liner, Kiva Emperor, Decade Complete, Exade Muteki, Build Genius, Grand Gochizo, and Rainbow Gotchard.
I literally have
Zio.
I literally have a figure arts of climax form Deno, and I have it in like the punch mode when he has like all the heads on the one arm. Fucking love that.
The fucking eyes on the Gaim Muteki Exaid Muteki ones are haunting.
Look into my eyes.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Eat me. I actually get a close look at a lot of these other ones.
Yeah.
Oh my
Playing
god.
that as programs for
Oh
me.
yeah.
The Rainbow Gotchard Rainbow Tongue is insane, and I love it.
The face, he's like,
Yep.
I ate the Gochi Pod.
Okay, so
You put these on yourself?
it says like the X.
They're supposed to be like.
I think you can like decide which sticker set to put on.
Well, like I saw someone earlier say it's a blind grab bag. So is that like?
Let's see.
What's going on here?
yeah, I think they're supposed to be blind bags. That's what Decker was saying.
Oh yeah, each set comes with 9 kinds of Gojizo packaged at random. You have an option to choose between the strongest form or the standard form.
Oh, so you get both.
Yeah, so you get one of the random ones, and it comes with the stickers for the normal form, the base form, or the final form.
You know what? That actually makes like, I guess, collecting a little easier because it's like, okay, even if you get the double,
You can just use the other form.
Exactly. So
That's
it's not
neat.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder which the rarest
Yeah.
one is.
Mm.
Well,
Which
yeah,
one-
of course
which one
they
is
all
the
make the same
SSR
sound.
Gochizo. All right, so each one is 770 yen, and they're releasing April 26th, which means by the time this episode is out, you can get them.
They all make the same sound.
Apparently. It's sad. All right. Next. CSM Lost Driver version 2 T2 Gaia Memory Project.
Again.
Oh, it comes with the different Eternal memories. That's nice.
Yeah. So this is from Premium Bandai. It's the Lost Driver used by both Kamen Rider Skull, Eternal, and Joker, and Cyclone.
The Lost Driver, the Lost Driver is one of the most coolest fucking rider belts ever, and it's the most simplest fucking thing ever, but it's so fucking cool.
Beauty and
The
simplicity,
double
my friend.
drivers. The double drivers are just their Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas. They're like, we can just re-release this every year.
well.
Someone's gonna buy it.
No, but like, man, when Shotaro fucking turned into Kamen Rider Joker that first time in the movie, and he just like that fucking henshin pose he does, and he flips the fucking Lost driver, it's so cool.
I also just
So
want to point
bad.
out, this is like, it may be obvious, but I want to speak this just to get it known. It's so interesting and hilarious at the same time that they took the double driver, cut it in half, and went, look, it went from a W to an L.
Yeah, but it's genius, man, and I honestly I prefer the Lost Driver over the double driver.
I love the symmetry.
I'm not normally a fan of asymmetry, but I mean, I get what they're going for.
Me neither, but just like it's just because like every person who's used the Lost Driver is just like badass as shit. Like Kamen Rider Joker,
Sure.
badass. Skull, badass. Eternal, badass.
Sure, but that has to do with the character and the power set they're using. We're talking about the belt specifically.
I know, but I love the Lost
You could be
Driver.
just as badass with a double driver.
Not more so.
They get double the power.
In fact, doubly so. So yes, like previous CSM Lost Driver releases, this comes with T2 Joker, Skull, T2 Eternal, and Normal Eternal. This is now the T2 Gaia Memory Project, which is the version 2 release of this. They'll be released in 4 batches, which will be released... so they're releasing more T2 Gaia Memories as separate releases.
Are they releasing all 26 Gaia memories? Jesus Christ.
T2 Gaia Memories as seen in Double Forever A to Z.
Oh my god.
They will be released in 4 batches, one after the other. The first batch is A to G, followed by H to N, then O to T, and then U to Z.
Bro, that's so cool, man.
It looks like we're going to have more info on those pre-orders by next week.
Shit. Yo, imagine we went in on just like all 26 Gaia race. That'd be so cool.
I would love to get like the broadcast memory, because that
Get
sound
this-
effect's been in the Castranger opening forever.
Get the suitcase to put all of them in too.
Yeah.
I'm with the weather one.
Yeah, you'd have to get a lot of maximum drive slots just to fucking put them all on.
Yeah. I'm sure you could get someone to 3D print a bunch of them.
And you'd be like, Gaia memory, what it now? Whatever the fuck.
They're just button pushers.
Yeah. All right. Next. So this was surprising. This news dropped right after our last week's recording, but apparently Joe Odagiri, the original Kamen Rider Kuga, is once again showing his face in the rider fandom industry of sorts.
Or his voice.
So Joe Odagiri will be involved in the upcoming Super Kuga exhibition.
Wait, Decker, is this real? Did they actually make a Turtles fucking fest?
With all the slots?
That's amazing.
Oh, we did talk about it? That's great.
Wow. I forgot about this. Holy shit. That's great.
Well, of course we forgot it was 4 years ago.
Yeah. It was COVID. It was a weird time.
So Joe Odagiri, who played Yusuke Godai, will serve as the exhibition's navigator through an audio guide. He will talk about his thoughts on the series while explaining each section. And the scenario for this commentary section will be written by Kuga's head writer Naruhisa Arakawa.
See, like I can understand, I can see him doing this because it doesn't actually require him to like be there in person.
Literally the least he can do.
Recording audio. Yeah, exactly. That's like voice work is always easy to do.
I don't have to.
Joe Odagiri, the king of trying just enough.
I don't have to associate with anyone from the company.
Exactly. It's just like, hey, can you just like represent our Kuga exhibit? Because you're the original Kuga, and he's like, sure.
So the Super Kuga exhibition will be an exhibit in Tokyo in June and will tour all over Japan, including Fukuoka, Nagoya, and Osaka. And there are also plans for an Asian leg of the exhibition in 2026.
Cool.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. And our last news story is Voltes 5 Legacy, which is to say Voltes 5 the robot, is joining the Super Robot Wars DD mobile game.
Ooh, good for them.
I was hoping Gar would be here to talk about this because I know he likes this.
Voltes 5's awesome.
But apparently the robot will be in a scout event in the mobile game for a limited time this month. So if anyone plays Super Robot Wars DD and likes Voltes 5, you should play this crossover event.
I don't wanna.
Fair enough.
Cool. I don't wanna.
That's the news.
Very cool.
We were going to talk about Ultraman Omega, but why would we do that with Gar not here?
Yeah, no, that'd be way too disrespectful.
I think he looks cool.
I like his face.
He is red.
Certainly. I don't think you have to think that. That's just the fact.
He's the angry Ultraman. He's just really red in the face.
Okay, reasonable.
All right, Gavv time.
Juicy.
Hey, Sal, do you like? Was hilarious. Sal, do you like Cyclomatus Metalla for stag beetles?
I mean, my science nerd went ooh wee.
Man, it sure is crazy that this week we're babysitting Cyclomatus Metalla for stag beetles. We should say their full scientific name a few more times.
They did that enough that made me went, okay, someone on the writing staff is a nerd. Someone on the writing staff is for sure a biology nerd.
I mean, comedy does come in threes.
Is this the beetle that fucking the Silver Beetleborg was based on?
I mean, possibly.
It's the fifth beetle.
Fucking Honto just being yeeted out. So good.
Oh,
this was such a great Honto episode.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name. The actor who plays him, he really got to show off his comedy chops. This one.
I need that sound of him getting wedgied as a notification on my phone.
I thought Buddy grabbed his crotch, like just the way it was really quickly from like whoa.
And then just him getting
twisted.
Just him getting side yote out the building was great.
Yeah, by the way, wedgies are still considered assault. Don't do them.
Yeah. Oh no, this episode is absolutely full of actual bullying.
Oh yes.
So I was right to be suspicious of that candy store guy becoming an actual character because the A-plot of this episode is while Honto goes looking for Shoma's mom, Inoue Michiru, he ends up getting involved in a case of a completely different missing person also named Inoue Michiru.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
That was a
That was
weird,
absurd.
like, plot point of, like, are you him? No. But I'm also, I need you to find the actual one, too, because...
He also
it's
just so happens
it's like-
to have been kidnapped by monsters.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Small world.
So yeah, Honto runs into Rakia because they both end up looking for the same missing person.
I like, just, like, it is literally, like with Honto, it has all the energy of, why don't you like me?
Yeah.
I literally like saw this guy like giving this dude a shave, and I was just like, oh, this better not be a Sweeney Todd situation.
I was
Oh,
thinking
dude.
that, too.
Could you imagine?
I see that throat get slit, I'm gonna be very upset.
I don't know what it says. Where like he walks into the barber shop. The barber is immediately suspicious. So at first my brain goes, yeah, he's definitely the Granute. But then I started wondering, what if this show's gonna pull a fast one and make us think that's him, and then it's either the customer or someone completely random?
No.
And then fucking Rakia runs in. Oh my god, it's the wanted criminal, Rakia Amarga!
And that got us
Literally,
pretty bad.
All Rocket needs to do is just walk into a room and
And these
Granute will
stupid
fucking
morons
expose
scout
themselves.
themselves immediately!
We were saying, I hope this becomes a running gag, because this was the second time they did
This was the second time, so we need an even funnier third beat for next plot arc.
You know how they got to do it? Because it keeps happening quicker and quicker.
Yep.
It would be amazing if they're just out at like the park or something. All right, so we're looking for a Granute. Hope we find he's over there. Guy goes, oh my god, it's Rocky! I think that's him.
They're not even looking for him. They're all just chilling out in the open, like
Yeah.
having a snack together, and then just a guy walks by.
Yeah, they're like not even involved in a missing persons case yet.
Yes.
No, like the Granute walks into Sachika's like business to hire them. Oh,
Yes.
it's Rocky! It's Rocky!
Oh, no.
Fuck.
It's gonna be like the joke where it's just like, oh, and there's Rakia, the Granute Hunter.
Alright. Crazy doggy dog.
Rocky Amarga, the Granute Hunter!
The very same.
We just need like an English dub of like Gavv. We just need Dan Castanella to like voice a Granute. Just
That'd
in
be
the
amazing.
whole voice.
Castellaneta, but yes.
Hilarious.
I also liked earlier when Shoma got his new caramel form, and it has never looked more like straight up birth. When that thing just came sliding out into the caramel wrapper.
I just love that scene pretty much devolved into, wow, you sure did enjoy that candy, and then have a violent, urgent reaction that you had to leave my store for, and then immediately went back to going how delicious it was.
So it's like drugs.
That's not suspicious at all!
Nope.
What are you doing with those?
Completely normal reaction to candy.
Also, hooray, we got another one of those store-exclusive Goshis that won't do anything.
I'll have a caramel-flavored enema, please.
Yeah. Oh.
This is my
Ow.
caramel child.
So sticky.
We have to keep reminding ourselves that he is birthing these small creatures.
I get like the shot earlier.
Show mom's mommy.
Oh,
Show mom.
Show mom and Haunch dad.
oh no.
Yes.
So
No, show mom and mom toe. They're both mom.
At first I was gonna question where Sachika got a fucking dynamite, but I'm like, no, she's a jack of all trades. She would have dynamite.
It's such a fun joke.
I guess we should talk
think
to like
any-
how this happened though.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was when the opening scene happened and they really dwelled on those stag beetles, I was fully ready for the Granute of this episode to be a stag beetle.
I really thought that's
And
where they were going.
And I feel like this was a missed opportunity. But no, we get this. I don't even fucking know what
I
this
think
thing
he's
is.
supposed to be like a praying mantis.
I think it's a mantis because he had the slicing blades and shit.
Yeah, it's like okay, he's a barber. That's a fun joke for it.
And then like as Valen and Vram are trying to fight him, they get Chinese finger trapped by the mantis's goo.
And I was like, oh, so we're doing this episode.
Yep.
Characters stuck to each other.
No, again, like I said last week, they're doing a Sentai episode and an episode of Rider, and I'm like,
That's a good way of putting it.
These two characters aren't friends enough yet, so we're gonna force some bonding episode.
This is our punishment shirt or whatever. Like that.
But like this is shit that I could have like seen like Mock and Chaser getting involved in. Like they get stuck together and they have to like work with each other, and they're like, I fucking hate you. So
Get stuck to this Granute, and all I got was this way.
I was almost ready to break into you and I are so awfully different.
Oh god.
Oh man, and then so yeah, they get their hands stuck together in this fucking goo, and my immediate joke was, "You got your pudding in my chocolate."
You got my chocolate in your.
If I could have any prop from Kamen Rider, it would be that goo.
Man, this would have been so perfect if Ram had a peanut butter form.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wish he had a.
Why doesn't he?
And it's just the Reese's episode.
Yeah, so like
makes him slow.
They do the usual, like, okay, we gotta try to get out. I love though because Ramen is like Rocky is so much more stronger than Honto. He's like a rag doll. Like,
He literally ragdolls him around repeatedly in several instances.
Like you can hear, like they're doing the full on in the Foley, like the celery breaking and shit every time he moves his arm.
Oh yeah, it sounds like he got his fucking arm ripped out, and then he gets dropped on a fucking cactus.
Oh, ow. Oh, and then like Rocky gets a face full of like flour or something.
And I was seeing that, I'm like, what is this shit? Home Alone?
Yeah, like it had the framing of it too.
Honto! Honto!
That sounded like a bunch of Gojis though.
Falling down
the stairs. We'll get there, Decker. Don't worry, you're going too ahead, man. My favorite was always like that happens in the movie, and then they both like reconnect their noses.
Yeah, that was that sound effect.
Oh man!
Meanwhile, that's the sound of Honto setting his arm back in place.
Oh, exactly. That's what we gotta use AI.
Keep the Gochizo, you filthy animal.
that's what we gotta like use AI for. We'll replace Harry and Marv with Honto and Rocky as actors.
Oh my god, I want that so bad.
Should show him be Kevin.
Yep. I believe you, but my Bake Magnum don't. All right, Sugar, I'm sorry. I'm going.
You know, it's only like 9 more months till Christmas. We could always watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get stuck together, and then they end up going back to the shop, and yeah, Sachika tries to separate them with like all kinds of different shit, including a fucking chainsaw and dynamite.
I wish we could post GIFs, because like the fucking chainsaw in like the shot and just the double take Rakia fucking like does to like look back at Sachika being like, wait, chainsaw.
No, that was great, but what we do need someone to do is post a still frame of just the look in Sachika's eyes as she's trying to chainsaw them apart.
Yeah, she's having fun.
Looked like she was working some shit out.
She has determination to fucking like get rid of this thing.
I think anytime. Sorry, go ahead.
I did like that her dynamite plunger was like bright pink.
Yeah,
because you were asking why does she have this, and I'm like, well, she is a jack of all trades thing. Like she might have done some demolition work on the side here.
And they let her keep the dynamite.
Well, like that's what I'm thinking.
I just think,
why are you doing that indoors?
Also,
it's your house.
Anytime someone pulls out a bomb, it's like objectively, it's funny. I am a man who loves Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes bands. So just anytime something like cartoonishly Looney Tunesy happens in real life, I think it's hilarious. Pulling out a bomb or a gun to solve something is objectively hilarious.
You know what? Yeah,
it's so hilarious how we went from Home Alone to Looney Tunes vibes in the same episode.
This episode is very cartoony.
Those two are the same thing.
I like what
Apparently, you do need a license to own dynamite, so she probably has a license.
Interesting.
There it is.
That's going in the
look at her eyes.
Sure. That's going in the thumbnail.
Does that look like a person who's filled a license to get to own like high destructive weapons?
I threw about a funny point though. Yeah, like she's the first one who Lakia has like shown straight fear for.
That's so great.
Like I gotta give it to Rocky as actor, man, because like I just remember like him being Kirame Silver and Kira Major, and like he was just so like emotional and expressive, and like in Gavv, he's just like so like dull.
Reserved.
Like
here's the thing.
No, dull's the right word.
The thing is, as Kirame Silver, he was kind of one note because he was always like turned up that high. Whereas Rakia, I think, is a more dynamic character because it's always more hilarious when he actually reacts to shit like this.
Yeah. Also, I wish I could dress like him.
Yeah.
How to defeat the stomachs with the power
I miss his
including the fucking Lady Dimitrescu hats.
Hell the fuck yeah.
No, I miss his first outfit he had.
Bitch.
Like not the black disguise,
Yeah,
but
the
like
vest that he had.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that
Fashion
outfit.
sense.
I missed that outfit.
Yeah, it was
Probably
cool.
go through a few more.
Quick B&a-half plot, I guess. Lizelle, exploring the human world, visits a shop that looks to me like Kensington Market in Toronto.
I'm sick of her, man. I'm already fucking sick of her.
A little bit.
But is that just because the actor is making her so hateable?
Yeah, I think so.
So good for her.
So
she walks
Joffrey syndrome.
She walks into some like pawn or curio shop and decides, I'll take everything.
Oh, this looks
cool. How will you be paying? What does that mean?
What's rent?
Why would I have to pay for anything?
And then we get our first of many butlers.
Yeah. I will say,
that's not Butler from Kamen Rider Gozyuger.
I was saying, as soon as she said Butler, and I'm like, Butler from Gozyuger? No way.
Kazuki shows up.
I wish.
I don't know why that was my first thought, but it was.
If Legend ended up showing up in Gavv, I would fucking lose my fucking mind.
Save it for the special or the movie.
This was an episode like where all our episodes this week. It was weird how the Venn diagram of things that happened in each episode overlapped more than we usually see.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of like, wait, this happened in this episode.
Yeah.
To the point where we were like, wait, if this happens in this episode too, someone was lazy that week.
I literally said, if this happens a third time, I'm going to riot.
Yeah. But yeah, Butler's cool.
I like the Butler Grenade. He's cool.
Yeah. Is that his name? Just like, yeah, didn't he have a name or?
All she said was Butler.
Oh, okay.
Well, he might have a name.
He might have a name, and she just might not care what it is.
Well, I'm saying
someone commented that apparently, like the Butler, that's like her dad's minions that he can summon. So,
and also possible next bidder Gavv from magazine scans.
Butler Gavv.
Yeah.
Butler Gavv. Yeah, there was a scan of bidder Gavv using Beret Cookie doing the Butler's pose.
Interesting.
We still never got Baki Baki.
Or is Decker about to correct me because I'm just fibbing?
You know what we gotta
I don't know.
We gotta make a tier list of like fictional butlers. Obviously, you got Alfred Pennyworth at the top, you know? But then we got to figure out where everyone else goes. Because there's a lot of badass butlers.
I think my
centipede granite.
My vote goes to Walter Dornay from Helsing Bridge.
Oh, there you go.
Who's the worst fictional butler?
I like
Horu in this episode.
I like Cadbury.
I was literally gonna say Cadbury Lane.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that guy's fun.
Like the eggs.
No Cadbury for
It's the centipede guy from last week. I've clearly not been paying attention.
So yeah, most of the episode is about Hanto and Rakia not getting along, and just that one bit where he just calls Hanto out on all of his faults over the last third of the show, literally throwing clips at him.
Yeah, full on saying how much of a dumbass Hanto's been all show, and I'm just sitting here being like, yeah, but he's our dumbass.
I apologized.
I tried to give you rocks.
I gave you a rock that one time.
I was hoping like they would really play up because like when Sachiko calls Shoma like while he's at the candy shop getting his caramel form, she like literally calls him at one point, right, and says, "Oh, they're stuck together."
Yeah,
and I was really hoping Shoma would go, "What?
My Hanto's stuck to another man?"
Yeah, they're attached with the hands. They're holding hands.
Rocky is pregnant.
I believe he misunderstands.
Rocky is pregnant again.
Oh.
Oh my god. No, I also really loved when fucking Hanto leaned down to his own Gochisos, pointing the fucking Valen Buster at them, going, "You want to get in this? And you have to remember, the Valen Buster to the Gochiso is a literal electric chair. So he's sitting down there talking to these tiny little snack Pikmin going, you want to just strap yourself into this electric chair so I can shoot a man?
Want to commit society?
Who's up next?
But then that bit evolves at what is far and above the best thing in this entire fucking episode.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Okay,
it is
before. I just want to give credit to Hanto for successfully using his teeth to transform.
Oh, man.
That was fun, again, from the actor. But yes, Ichi.
This is the moment that I refer to in my notes as, oh no, Hanto's in the piss.
This was like this was almost some like freaking like fucking cross build shenanigans.
So while stuck together, they try to double henshin as they're going to fight the monster, and the fucking giant cup that is part of Ram's transformation shows up bigger than normal so that it may encapsulate both people within its cupness. And thus, not only is Rakia submerged in the pudding piss, but Hanto is as well. And this has some terrifying fucking implications. We were making jokes about it being liquid, but Hanto literally looks like he's drowning in it.
He's glubbing. Like, he is speaking through gelatin. What is going on?
Shit transformation.
The belt mechanics questions alone, I could do a fucking, like, remember when I pulled out the whiteboard in Zio episode 2? I could go full fucking Pepe Sylvia on this shit.
I think you could write a legitimate essay on this one. Like, has anything like this happened before?
The closest equivalent would be cross build that people are referencing in the chat.
Yeah, but like this goes to be like, because yeah, this was a comedic episode, so you know it's probably a comedic beat more than anything. But again, it's like, wait a minute, this brings up so many more questions than answers. Like, would this happen anytime people are in proximity? Do they need to be holding hands? Like,
what would have happened if Valen didn't henshin?
Yeah,
would he have been consumed by the piss and then been fused into Vram?
Did Geets use the firearm boost offensively? I feel like he did.
No,
sorry, offensively, not offensively.
Oh, the fire coming out of the belt when he was henshing?
When he used boost, yeah. Did he use that?
You gotta remember when Vram henshins, like, it's liquid, and then it turns into pudding, and then, like, 2 giant fucking spoons come and just, like, scoop the fucking pudding off.
Yeah, those spoons, like, slice up the pudding, so yeah. Hanto could have died just from that.
Yeah,
Hanto
like,
would have been killed by giant henshin spoons.
Okay, another question, legit. If it had been the other way around, where Hanto had henshin first, would Rakia have been caught in his henshin sequence?
Well, the thing is, his henshin doesn't involve trapping anyone.
That's true, but okay, a better question then. What if it happened with Shoma and Rakia? Because Shoma does go in the bag.
I'm gonna think that the cup gets dropped on them, they go into the piss, and then the cup gets put in a bag.
This is why we made this podcast, people, to answer these questions.
I'm so glad we have legitimate belt mechanics to argue about again.
Just like the old days.
Would he be consumed by the piss, Ichi 2025?
Radio Sentai Piss Ranger.
Kamen Rider, get consumed by piss.
Reject candy.
Hanto's case, shit.
So they fight the monster for a while, and then he does his like sickle slicing attacks, and they get cut free, and it's like, hooray! And then they immediately get stuck together again, except it's hand to foot.
And we're like, oh no, we know where this is going.
So then we get that bit of dragging Valen along the floor.
Oh, it's great.
We came and then he like whips Valen at the monster, and we're about to have a legitimate beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker moment, but then they get freed again mid-swipe, and I'm like, fuck!
I was hoping this would be a thing.
I want him to legitimately
that would have been amazing.
Puny chocolate.
I did like when they were stuck together the first time though, where Vram like used Hanto's head to
brace his bow.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
stuff like that. I like.
Valen would have legitimately been the Valen Buster.
Let me ask you something. Just like the setting, the camera work, like that fog. I was getting Kill Bill 2 vibes, like when she was at Pai Mei's place. Like from this area.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
From here, you have a good view of my foot.
Oh man, just this whole bit of them fused together was so great. and as they do their finishers, and then apparently he like molts and gets away.
I guess.
And then as
do praying mantises molt?
Yes. All insects.
Okay. Science with Cell.
And then Rakia looks at the cut in the tree and realizes this might be the guy who killed Kamel.
That was weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Are we gonna have like a fucking Roger Rabbit moment, just like, remember me, Rakia, when I killed your brother? I looked just like this.
God, I hope so.
I fully thought the one that killed Komel was also the one who kidnapped Hanto's mom, which is Shoma. That's just I've been saying that. So. I've been saying that. I could have sworn that the gash in Komel's back looked more wolf-like.
I mean, a slash is a slash.
I also think that this, like, that just introducing this guy as the killer would be weird. I don't think that this is.
To have it be just a random.
Don't believe this is the guy.
To have it be just a random monster of the week would be kind of under impressive. You know what I mean?
Plus, I think it would be pretty satisfying if it was the same one that killed or that kidnapped Hanto's mom. That way, that's
then they can all murder him together.
I just like if it was Shoma, it would be a link through all three. I'm still. I don't care how crazy it sounds. I'm still headcaning that. It's Shoma.
I like it hanging upside down like that. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, no, Mantis is pretty interesting. You know what this says too, though? We went this whole episode without talking about the stomachs, even though they're in the episode.
Oh, who gives a fuck
we
about
don't give
that?
a fuck about that.
Honestly, like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. Like, the stomach family, they're boring ass villains.
Yeah.
Is Jeep the vice president now? Did they say that? Did they say that Jeep is now the vice president of all Granoots?
Decker and I are in agreement. Who gives a fuck about these guys? Jesus Christ. Sugar was the more interesting fucking villain character.
I don't think
he
Jeep
died after like 2 episodes of debuting as a proper villain.
Jeep is not the vice president of all Granoots. Jeep is the vice president of the Stomach Company. Because
Longo's still the president.
No. Liesel is the president.
Oh. See,
Liesel is the president. Jeep is the vice president, and Longo is demoted to Jeep's old job of acquisition.
Yeah, and Jeep told Longo, it's like, oh, go do your fucking job. And Longo's like, okay, but I gotta go do this first. The smart president would know that. Wink, wink.
And Jeep promptly responds with, don't fucking give me lip, go do it.
And then looks at Glotta and just goes, I still like you, sis.
The face on Glotta.
Oh my god.
As she looked away from that conversation, stunned me.
It's like this woman is making a decision right now.
Her fucking face. I can't even articulate the feeling.
I'm acting.
I'm an actor.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, I think that was about it for the episode. Next week we're gonna get, I guess, some more about Kamel, and then there's so much just the fucking total like, oh man, I think I found my brother's killer. So much pudding!
That's Gavv in a nutshell. Those 2 sentences.
Usually there's a bit more of a gradient between the tragedy and the comedy. It's not so hard cut.
No!
It's every episode of Gavv is the Exit Christmas episode.
God damn it, why you remind me about that shit?
Yeah, good episode. Very funny, very, very quirky.
Oh yeah,
it's entertaining.
I feel like this was just like the Gavv people to just make have an excuse to make like a funny episode.
Yeah, like
just to be silly.
Some brevity before we get really dark again, I'm assuming.
And yeah, as I'm sure Decker's mentioned several times, this episode was apparently written by the Gotchard head writer.
Oh, cool.
All right. Gozyuger time.
Engage.
Horu, the mild bad boy butler.
Living my dream.
What a fucking episode concept to propose to someone.
Like
Engage.
I always was wondering, I'm like, hey, I know he goes from like job to job, but like I was not expecting him to be a really good butler.
He wasn't.
He was very silly. No, he was great.
He was great. The customers loved him.
Everyone loved him. He did it I don't even think he was fired at the end of this episode. He just did a good job.
Before Fire Candle showed up, he literally was like the top-rated butler in the cafe.
Yeah,
but that's because he's hot. Like, I think they were making that point of like him like spilling the water and shit, and the girl, but the girl's like, oh hi. Like,
okay, in universe, yes, but I absolutely cannot pull myself away from how distracted I am by his god awful acting. Is it okay to say now? He's just like, I don't buy him. Like,
he's not doing a great job.
I have to say, and I'm probably going to be one of the only people, when he does his fucking howl, I love that shit so much.
I like that. I think it's cute.
Like, I love it. I think it's great. I hope he keeps doing it.
I think it's cringe, but I think that's at least somewhat intentional. But that doesn't forgive the terrible acting the rest of the time.
Like, his acting isn't great.
For the first couple episodes of the show, I thought I didn't mind the acting because I think the character is supposed to be very empty and dead inside, and I think he did a good job at that. I think he was doing a good job at like actively not showing emotion. And then in the last two episodes, I thought the last episode was pretty bad, but mainly because of the performance. But I think this episode was slightly better. I don't know. Performance is great, but I think it's good when he's doing the dead inside bit shtick.
The thing is, this is the exact same problem I had, and this is going to be a weird, obscure reference, I'm sure, but this is the exact same problem I had with Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns.
Oh?
Sure, you can write a main character who is completely devoid of emotion, and sure, you can write a satisfactory lore reason for why they are that way, but when you make your main character completely devoid of emotion, that doesn't make it an entertaining character!
It's an interesting catch-22, yes, because, like, it's like you're both saying, like, on the one hand, you tend to want to make your lead, like, a little empty, a little bland, just so, you know, the audience can put themselves in that character. But, you're right, like, sometimes you take it too far, and I don't care about this person at all.
This is someone I have to listen and watch for a fucking year!
A prime example of a very good emotionless character is fucking Spock from Star Trek. Like,
but he's bringing something.
You know why? Because he's not the main character.
That is a good point.
Sure.
That's true. I don't mind a whole
in something way more short form, like a movie or a short series. This kind of character, as a main character, would be more tolerable.
I'll say this.
But because this is a long-form show that I have to sit through for the next year, this is not fun.
Like, for me, if this show was taking itself more seriously, I think I'd be on with you 100%. It's like, guys, this guy just boring.
Sure.
Because this is a comedy, though, like, I'm a bit more, like, forgiving of the characters being very stock.
No, but
because they are playing into that.
And I get that, but
if it's not for you, it's not for you.
No, but picture this exact show, but all they do is switch out Horu as no longer the main character. Him being a blank, emotionless character that eventually will grow, I'm sure, wouldn't be as annoying because it's not the primary focus.
Yeah, no,
it's tolerable as a B plot.
I get where you're going.
Here's what I will say. I think the main thing that I think goes in Haru's favor is I think the writing for the character is very, very good. I think that they've already done a ton of like little moments where he is like a leader of like he gives like advice and like is the leader of the team even though they haven't established like any kind of hierarchy. I think it works really well. I love the scene in I think it's episode 4 where he's just talking to Kinjiro about like the situation they're in, and like that Kinjiro was in that episode where it's like he's having troubles with his grandson and his family as a whole, and not wanting to be here anymore, and he just like gives him good advice, and I like that. I like the idea of this character being like empty inside and having no drive or motivation for themselves, but being able to like give advice to other people and help other people out. But I do think that the performance is taking it back a little bit. I think if the performance was better, it would be like I would have no problems with the.
I agree with what you're saying. I do think it's interesting, and I do think it is the best aspects of Horu that we are seeing so far. In that, despite being so devoid of self, he's actually been shockingly helpful and
yes.
open-minded and inspirational to others. But that actually pulls me back to the issue with his character at the core, and which leads me to the question of how is he so wise and insightful to be of such help to others when he has no kind of life experience in his own life that would afford him that kind of wisdom.
I mean, he has had 500
I don't think
jobs.
you I don't think you necessarily have to be like have a ton of experience to be wise enough to give advice to other people while also not taking that advice for yourself and bettering your life. I think I know plenty of people who are like that, who are very much there's plenty. I know plenty. It's a very real thing to be a person who is weirdly selfless in a way where they want to help others, but also self-destructive in their own life, in that they don't allow themselves to be happy or fix what's going on in their life. I think it's a very real human character trait to have.
I think all of us feel a little called out in some way. I'm kind of feeling that myself.
That's a very human. That's a human experience to be able to help other people, but not know what to do with yourself and what's going on in your life. And that's what that's what you have other people in your life for. I think it's a very interesting thing to explore. Yeah. But I think
maybe that's why I hate horror. I see myself in it.
But that's a very interesting thing to explore in Sentai, because Sentai, I've said this before, I think Sentai is a show that's about a group of people coming together to fight a force that they're stronger together than they would be separate. So I think that as the central character of the show is very interesting. Especially in a show that has to deal a lot with deals a lot with desire and wishes.
It's so weird that the other four of them go up to him and it's just we're not your friends, but we are.
I was gonna say
your friends.
I was gonna segue into something about that, going off immediately what Jackson was saying. It's so funny that this whole speech that you gave concluded in, Sentai's about teamwork and friendship and being better than the sum of your parts. Meanwhile, the end of the actual episode went, you're our fucking dog. You owe us money. Get the fuck back in this team.
Yeah, this is where the comedy comes in.
And I'm like, yes,
but even then,
this is the crackhead team I signed up for. Thank you.
It's funny, and it also has heart. I think the scene where they're all like, you can't leave, you owe us a debt, because it's funny, but it also is really heartwarming, because it's heartwarming and heartbreaking, because they're framing it in the only way that Haru can understand friendship, where it's he doesn't have friends, he just owes people debts, and those are the people that he keeps in his life. So as long as he owes you a debt, he'll be in your service. Maybe he is a great butler,
What a fucking thought for a character concept. He doesn't have friends, he has debtors.
Yes, he is his loan sharks.
I'm just thinking, bring us the ring, wipe away the debt.
Yeah, and it's why he loses, what's his name, Susumi, from the very beginning, because it's the debt he owed him. The debt he owed him was Kuwagata Oger.
Oh, Susumi,
he's that's why he loses that friend immediately. It was okay, the debt I owed you was literally like 150 yen, and now the transaction is done. We are no longer friends. We're back to being rivals. But with these people, it's okay, you owe me all of these specific things that you have to stick with me in the long run for, and then they will grow as a family. I think that not all debts were created equal. I think that I was talking about it with I think Kaguya, where I was certain, I think he doesn't have a close enough relationship with Rikuo yet for me to buy that Rikuo is my smile costs money, obviously it's kind of but it's very funny, very, very funny. But I do think that something like Kinjiro, I think his bond with Kinjiro is very, very strong already, and that's these are two characters who I'm these people, even if Horu doesn't perceive it that way.
It's so funny to think that Sentai is supposed to be like a children's show teaching wholesome lessons, and now we have this team teaching children.
Yeah.
You don't have to have friends as long as you owe each other money.
Yeah.
Yes. Or vague tasks and odd jobs.
I think we can all agree though that Fire Candle like carried this whole episode.
Oh,
like
yeah.
my God,
As much as I
getting more and
dislike,
more fun as the show goes on.
to the exact same degree that I dislike Horu's acting, is how much I love Candle in this.
This guy's
series.
going
He's
off.
so over the top. It's incredible.
What made me like love this character was just like when he's seeing like waiting for the guy to like open his wall, and it just kept cutting between the wall and him going
I fucking knew they were building up to I have no money.
But, like,
and got a dash.
let's talk about what happens here, because it's very funny. Because like,
So the episode opens with Horu working at this host club as a butler.
no, that was a good discussion there, I think.
Yeah, no, that was great. And then Fire Candle comes in, and for the second time this episode, we have butlers and someone from another world who walks into a shop, wants something from it, and then doesn't know what paying means.
Yeah, like again, like were some of the notes crossed over here, like
Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole shtick is like we were saying, like Haru, he's not actually like a good server, but he's got the riz, he's got the sauce. Like, all the ladies
the
love
girls
him.
are falling for his, as literally the female manager of the shop goes, your mild bad boy shtick.
I mean, it does work.
He is a bad boy.
Can we talk about how the baddest of them all was his manager? Oh damn,
She's fun. I like her.
like she was. I hope she shows up more.
She's
The like pinning the roses up to like show how much money they're making, and it just keeps. She's got to go on the ceiling.
I fucking love the bit with the scoreboard, and they were using flowers to keep track. And at one point, I was like, "This is where we are tracking the female orgasms."
Yeah.
My goodness.
And then it just starts going up across the ceiling.
And like they keep topping each other like in a great way.
They're doing what to each other?
You know what I said?
Yeah.
I mean, give it time. No, but I did love how, like, first of all, Candle, his whole thing is, oh yeah, I'm not paying, I'm leaving, and they're like, go get him, like, because he needs to pay, and
Stop him! He's supposed to die.
How did they get him to just do it? Like, did he just, like, they said, you have to work off the debt. He's like, okay, since I'm going to be number one at everything, I'll be the number one butler.
Yeah.
Which, this leads into something we find out later, but I again, Candle's a lot of fun. But I like where his character is going to, at least the pathos of the character.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, conceptually perfect for the show. Just a character who is not in it for a goal, who's just in it for the fight.
Yeah, it's the love of the game for this guy, which I like.
Yes.
In a show literally called Number One Sentai, having a villain go, I'm going to be number one at everything, is perfectly on brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And fuck you for opposing me.
It's funny because he says I want to be number one at everything, but in reality, he doesn't care about being number one at anything. Like he's literally just in it to have fun.
He just wants to get into his cool ass fucking robot and just fuck shit up.
It is truly like a perfect contrast of this guy being like, I want to be number one at everything, but he will actively give up a fight that is an easy win because it was not fun enough for him, and then loses because like he's way outmatched.
Although I do have to be diligent and once again point out all of the weird shit he said during episode 1 is still fully unexplained.
We'll get there, hopefully.
So far.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole thing of this was he didn't recognize that it was Haru.
Oh, that annoyed me to to no end. This is some Sailor Moon bullshit.
I think it was in a way where it wasn't like Dawn Brothers annoying, where it was like, Subasa's clearly Inu brother, how do none of you know this? This was like, oh, he never like went out of his way to look at him. Like it wasn't I don't think it would have been good if they revealed that they like who they were to each other. Or
same thing with Duque and Gozu Lion. She knows
that one's sillier.
Has Kendall not seen Haru unmorphed? I'm pretty sure they did.
I asked you. I thought they.
I think he has. I think he has, but it wasn't in like a. Oh, they did.
It was in the Henshin lesson, wasn't it? So are we just calling that non-canon then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are never canon.
Because I'm pretty sure he showed up and then got dragged off because they had to do the henshin lesson.
Whatever. If he doesn't know his face, it's still it's funny. Like still.
Regardless,
No, but the thing
I
is,
think it's.
Here's the thing: if he didn't recognize his face, we wouldn't have had to do this whole bit with the mask.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Because he wasn't. At first, I thought, oh, maybe like everyone's wearing a mask. But no, it's just him.
It's part of his fucking shtick.
Yeah.
And all the women are like, "Oh, you're so avant-garde."
I don't think you know what that means. Which that could have been the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely know who each other are, but it's just like, he didn't recognize that it was Horu, and then poured his heart out to him.
So Kwan walks into the Tega restaurant and proceeds to turn himself into almost literally a Final Fantasy villain.
Yeah.
Horu's my brother. Only I can love him. You aren't qualified to associate with him.
I love the Gozu unicorn was just like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And I'm like, thank you. What is wrong with this man?
This character is so strange. In just not in just like the way he acts, but I think his place in the show. I think he shows up too early for what I think they wanted.
Yeah.
It's weird because I do think that Horu getting his weapon early is important. But I also think that it being centered around Kuon in like this weird rushed 2-episode introduction felt so wrong. And also there's so much about this character that's just like obviously, he's only been around for 2 episodes. We don't know everything about him, but I do think that like all of the information that we do get about him is very contrasting in terms of like what his goals are and what he wants. I don't know. It's very, I'm not a huge fan of this character yet. I'm not going to write him off immediately.
Yeah.
He's very strange. And I don't like his suit.
I like his suit. That's pretty much the only thing I do like so
like
far.
the powers. I like the powers a lot. I think the way that the way he uses the powers specifically in this episode is very fun and creative. I'm not a fan of the Gozyuger suit.
I want
Decker.
I want the finger gun.
I want
the finger gun.
Finger guns.
I'm a little sad we still don't have a stock henshin for him. But it's only been 2 episodes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's got the weird, like, spinning X thing.
Cut to fucking 40 episodes later. Still waiting on the stock henshin. It's King Oger again.
Did you guys talk about this at some point? But, like, I do like the fact that he's gun-themed because it's like, oh, they're all animals and, like, he's the hunter. Have you guys talked about that?
Well,
yes, he's the hunter.
We talked, not specifically about him being the hunter, but just the dichotomy of the main users use hand sword and he uses a finger gun.
Yeah. Okay, I'm talking more about the dichotomy of it being like, like a gun and animals, like what kills them all, right?
I don't think we talked about specifically that axis of their difference, but that is interesting to note that he's literally hunting them.
Yeah, he's the most deadly game of all. A gun.
He's the hunter from Jumanji.
Yeah. Now we're played by Cadbury.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people didn't realize that like the father in that movie and the hunter were the same actor.
Yeah.
I noticed it immediately.
He's hunting the most dangerous game of all. Japanese men in tights.
Oh, can I just say I love that basically Tegasword told Horu to man the fuck up. It's like, stop being a little pussy ass bitch, man up.
There's a very interesting thing surrounding that where it's like, I mean, we don't have to get into this now because it's kind of towards the end of the episode, but I think it's very interesting that he still doesn't have a wish. He just kind of has a result. He has a reason to fight now. He kind of had a reason to fight before, but not really. And then Kuon gave him a reason, but that obviously wasn't his actual reason for fighting. So he immediately lost all interest and became like a super emo. But then he realized, oh no, he wants to fight for something because he wants to have a wish. So I think it's very interesting. Like his wish is, I want to have a wish.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that he still doesn't like have one like the others.
What we really need to underline is the fact that Tegasword is finally talking to them again. I was complaining about this recently.
Well, I mean, God usually doesn't talk back.
But man, the fucking the first thing he says, he talks to the fucking poster at the billboard.
Yeah. The #1 plastic surgeon.
Cue Fire Candle looking up at that and going, "Oh yeah."
My doctor.
What a type A personality.
Oh, I love him. I hope he becomes the protagonist.
Yeah. So we get the fight with the four of them versus Garyudo. He summons Geki Red, Denji Red, and Spade Ace. And then not only does he like do that thing where he turns them into weapons, but then he like turns them back into the Rangers.
I guess he can do that.
And he like mixes them up where he shoots Denji Red and equips those fists not onto himself but onto Geki Red, who's like the martial artist.
I guess he can do that.
That was cool. Yeah.
And then he uses Spade Ace as a smoke bomb.
He literally turns Spade Ace into Luxord from Kingdom Hearts with the whole like card dimension bullshit.
I can't say it enough. I love the Spade Ace suit. It's so cool.
It's very fun.
Here's the thing.
Suit.
I would like the Spade Ace suit. I hate that his helmet is the only one that's his colors. Because all the other Jacka helmets are white, I believe. Or it's something. He's the only one that has a different helmet.
Because he's
the
Red
leader.
Ranger. He's special.
Yeah.
He's not the leader.
Is he?
I don't know.
No, the big one's the leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, he's not part of the team until he debuts later, isn't he?
I don't know. I haven't seen the show.
Damn it, Gar!
That's what we need Gar here for.
Yeah.
It's just when he's. I think the suit itself looks great when it's paired up with the other Jacka suits.
That fucking line, they're like, we'd be sad if our dog got lost. That was like,
We'll get to that. We'll get to Haru's return to the team in a sec. But so Goju Leon turns Boone red one last time before he gets his ass whooped and the ring gets captured by Garyudo, which means awesome. We won't have to see that terrible mishmash suit again.
We'll save it for the finale.
We'll see the normal suit.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting that like when Garyudo summons the Sentai suits, it is the normal suit and not like the Universe Warrior version.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
I mean?
I think that's
like he doesn't have
because they're not Universe Warriors. They're literally just clones.
Yeah, because they don't have the Gozyuger belts.
The soul.
But yeah, so Haru rejoins the others, and then we get this whole speech of like, Haru, you have to come back. You owe us so much money.
What?
If you left, it'd be sad. Like if our dog got lost. And I'm like, oh my god, this is a Sentai that thinks their leader is like their pet dog. That's fucking hilarious.
This is like you were saying earlier. This is what you signed up
This is the crackhead team I've been excited for. And he like goes with it. Like anyone looking at a description of this relationship from the outside would call this a toxic, abusive relationship, and yet we're meant to just cheer for it.
It is toxic. Like it had all the energy of Haru. If something were to happen to you, we don't know what we do. We'd probably move on.
Someone pull up that shot from the scan of Goju Wolf literally acting like a pet.
Oh no.
But I don't know what power Universe Gal Red has, but it's I'm scared.
Yeah.
If they start feeding him out of like a dog bowl, oh my god!
I wish you could post the GIF of Tsubasa eating out of the bowl.
If he wears a collar, I'm not gonna be able to watch this show anymore.
He already dresses like he should wear a collar.
He does have a very like canine app.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on here with Gal Red.
I know exactly what's going on.
I don't wanna.
What do you think that power's named? Because we got, what is it? Regain, summon, solid.
Pet play.
What do you think this is? What do you think? Submit?
Submit!
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Gal Red, he's a lion. He's now a predator.
Yeah. I think a lion would kick a wolf's ass, to be fair.
100%. Yes.
So,
coughing bomb versus coughing bomb.
No, sorry. Like in this image, the world Tywin Lannister wants to live in.
Yeah.
For real.
So somehow Haru takes this all in as positive character development in so much as he finally manages to summon his personal weapon, the Wolf Decaliber Go, which, as we've said, is just awful.
No,
I like it.
The sword,
it's okay.
No, the sword itself is cool. I just don't like the Megazord.
The mech is awful.
I look at this. It's the tiny little wolf going with the tiny little hands going, yeah.
Arms are a bit much.
I think no. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think it works better than the Leon Buster. Where the Leon Buster, I think the hands should not be the paws should not be out at all times.
For me, it's the exact same problem.
I think that this works. Also, the black holes, I guess, that's fucking awesome.
He summons portals that have teeth. That's terrifying.
Wait. Like, Lane, this reminds me of Langoliers.
I was thinking Langoliers.
I think the way he uses the sword is very cool. No,
the way he fights with it is cool with the portals.
Oh yeah, like when he started thinking with portals, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Did he get all the rings?
Speed up.
I don't think he got all of them. He got the Ninja one.
Yeah, I got the Ninja.
Why did he just get the Ninja one? That's the only one who didn't. Gozyuger too.
Because that's all you need. That's all you need in this life is the Ninja.
Hello, point.
Because like Takaro is not a great actor.
I think we can just do without this one. So randomly, Fire Candler stomps into the scene, which means it's time to debut the brand new Zord mode, Tegasword Deca Claw.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
It's a mouthful.
You really shouldn't have.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They do look like it, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do like.
Not my punch.
What I do like about the mech is the chain around the neck. I think that's awesome. I think the rest of it, ugly as sin.
The only thing I do like is that he uses the weapon as a literal joystick to pilot the mech.
I do like when swords / knives become the way you control the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did shoot out his chain.
Yeah, that's literally he's using his leash as a weapon.
Oh no!
It's a leash. Oh no!
If it were a full, it is a leash. If it were, I think if it covered the whole.
Everyone realized this at the same time.
If it covered, I think if this mech were the whole, if it was all red, I'd like it more. Like if both arms were big ass claws, and like the legs were red, it would look cool. Because I also I conceptually like each piece where it's like a big claw, a wolf, like pelt, or not pelt, like a wolf, hood, and the chain. I think all, but like I like all three of those pieces. I don't think it looks good, but I also just don't like the base Tegasword. I think Tegasword Red is really ugly.
Yeah. I like the yellow and the green and the black modes of the Tegasword, but the others are just not working.
I love yellow purely because of the suit performance, like the very macho, like flexing the muscles all the time. It's just so funny because it's like not Ryugi at all. Green looks okay.
I like green. Green's my favorite.
Green's my favorite suit. Ranger suit.
I will say the claw banisher attack he does at the end was pretty cool.
Yes, the action in the show is still consistently amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Candle got his moments of like, I'm back, baby.
Yeah,
yeah.
Although one thing that I was curious about was the fact that like at the end it said winner Tono Hoeru instead of Goju Wolf.
You know why, Ichi? Because it's not the armor. It's the person inside. That's what we learned today.
Also, because he wasn't in the Goju Wolf suit when he won.
I guess that's true. Actually.
I guess
they're playing fast and loose with the rules.
It's actually a great excuse to
So yeah, he comes back to the restaurant and they have this awkward reunion, I guess.
Yep.
They're all like, "Hooray, our dog is home!" And Horu responds with, "You guys go lose some battles." And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Like, I mean, I just, you're right, AJ. I hate how much I see myself in this person.
Horu literally told them to go fuck themselves.
You know what? As the resident, I'll say this too. As the resident wolf, this guy's got wolf energy.
Sorry, not literally. I need to stop that. I, like many people our age and range, say the word literally far too often, and I need to do better about that.
You literally say it too much. That was accurate.
Oh yeah, and Garud's going through some Titanium Ranger shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, literally, still, that's what the entire Toku community's thinking.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, I love it.
Man.
And then he was spouting some shit like, "Horu, I need you to defeat me," and I'm like, "All right, fucking Ovan from Dot Hack GU."
I
anything
don't
original?
know what this guy wants, and it's he's very confusing.
I'm gonna say they're not letting us know right now. Like there is some mystery that like we're not supposed to know yet. I think.
I think we aren't supposed to know, but I also just don't. I would prefer a situation like the opposite situation where they don't tell us anything instead of telling us 5 different things.
I guess you could say we are supposed not to know.
No. The only thing
I'm not supposed to know everything.
The only thing I can guess they're trying to do with this is like, well, one, they're introducing, I'm assuming, like a ticking clock element to what's his name, Garudo.
The power set is Garyudo. The character's name is either Kuon or Hisamitsu, depending on how much you care about that.
Yeah, the brother, right?
The brother.
Yeah, the point, like they're trying to do like a ticking clock with him, or like they're trying to have us go a little bit. Oh, I kind of feel sorry for this guy, so he doesn't come off too evil yet. I don't know. Like you're right.
But
Like,
yeah, they're trying to do.
They're gonna have to do some real heavy lifting to make me give a shit about Garyudo again after his literal Final Fantasy villain speech in the restaurant.
well, I mean, not to bring the parallels again, but it's like Titanium Ranger, maybe. Like maybe they're gonna go full villain redemption. Who knows?
Yeah,
They've done redemption for the past couple. Like, who's the last rival ranger who they didn't redeem?
As Terrazy in the chat is correct. After Rackley's, nothing will reach.
It's unfortunate. The bar is way too high. I mean,
the bar has been launched into space.
even Stacy put the bar really, really high, and then Rackley's like shot it into the stratosphere.
And Don Murasame did not go anywhere.
Don Murasame quite literally saw like Stacy raised the bar, and Don Murasame just dove into the water.
Don Murasame was a gimmick. It was just something to sell fucking bunch.
He's a talking sword.
Yeah. I mean, I love the fucking Murasame blade or whatever.
Tyler brings up a good point. You could consider Sonoi the alternative. In which case, I think he did a good job.
The Noto are the correct answer in that instance.
Hashtag Sonoza is the best Dawn brother.
Someone on Twitter reminded me today of like this one episode of Dawn Brothers where like there was like a Sonoi jump scare where like someone dives into a pool.
In the water, yeah.
He just shows up in the fucking pool.
It was their first duel. That's how he initiated the duel. They're all like hanging out at the water park, and Taro jumps in, and Sonoi's just there, full clothes, full suit.
Yep, full serious face. It was great.
So next episode, it looks like fuck me and everything I've ever thought about the Tegazord, because we are in fact going to get 5 separate Tegazords.
Hell
that might be a ring power. I'm actually thinking it might be the Ninja power.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah,
that makes sense.
There we go.
I literally just put that together 5 seconds ago.
That makes sense. Also, Meguru is apparently still alive.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Come on! Don't tell me you watched that scene and didn't think he was being fully assassinated.
I do. No, I think that now they're implying that he's not killing them, but this guy specifically, he was kidnapping because of the regain ability, so they could get another mech to fight.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was dead because they carried him off into a portal. So it's like, oh, obviously they're using it for something.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, and I guess Black Dice Eugen is a thing.
Cool.
They probably. I wonder what the context for that is.
Will they get the cloak?
the toy.
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously.
Hope you'll have the cloak on.
Okay, here's the. You know what? If the Black Dice Eugen showed up with the cloak, I would be fully okay with that.
Well, I hope he does.
Punish Dice.
I would support that. It's just the classic multicolored one that everyone knows showing up in the cloak that I took issue with.
No, I love it. Someone post the cloak.
No, we already did that.
Also
a
green and black focus episode.
Also, some sort of Showa monster, and I guess I was saying this to Sal while we were watching the episode. It's been a while since we saw like old man Kinjiro, and so I was hoping we get to see him again soon.
He's briefly in this, or they briefly showcase him in the preview.
Yeah.
Where like he does a little move.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Thank you, Vegas. Yeah, so cool. So cool.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Feature topic time.
Timuso.
Okay. I was not expecting this. I'll say that.
Yeah, still, I
love this show,
this
man.
really must have fucked with your brain, huh?
Again, like Lane, one of the biggest problems of like us not watching this anymore is like I feel like not to like, you know, grease my own wheel here, but like I feel like my facial expressions are golden when I'm seeing this shit for the first time.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
It wasn't in this episode, at least not right away, but holy shit.
When they started revealing the meta shit.
Oh
yeah. I had two choices going into watching Feature Topic, because I haven't seen Akibaranger in 10 years. Where I was like, okay, I could briefly like go through the other 9 episodes that I didn't watch, or just watch these 3 and have an equally fun time. And I chose the latter, and I totally forgot about this extremely meta ending of the show. I think I confused it in my mind because they also do something very meta in season 2, which I won't spoil, but this was.
I fully remembered everywhere these 3 episodes were going.
Yes,
Delu Knight showing up, the new red,
funny.
the Hate Sabro shit. I remembered all of that immediately.
The ending.
You know, so like, what's weird for me is, so like, we watched this in 2012. Like, we watched this when it aired, and then a year later was when I decided to like start watching One Piece. And so I went back and watched this, and I'm just seeing Dr. Zed, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, that's Frankie's voice actor.
Motherfucking Kazuki Yao!
And then I hear Delu Knight, and I'm like, where do I fucking know that voice? And I look him up. It's fucking Sanji.
Is it?
Yeah, that's fucking Sanji. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's
like,
awesome.
Okay, for Dr. Zed, like, I was like, I know this voice. What do I know this voice from? Why am I not placing the name? You just said Frankie. Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that was Sanji. That's amazing.
He's done plenty else.
Oh yeah.
Kazuki Yao is one of the greats.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just and he's having a great old time in this.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
One Piece in Japanese.
Sorry, what?
Oh, no, I was just saying I don't believe I've watched One Piece in Japanese. I've watched the first arc.
Oh, I can only watch One Piece in Japanese.
Really, Christopher Sabat as
I can only watch
Zoro.
Frankie's VA, like Kazuki Yao, he retired the voice of Frankie, so now Frankie's voiced by Vice.
Yes.
So, yeah, which he's okay. He's pretty normal voice.
So anyway, Yumeria is now switched into her geisha cosplay for this next bit.
Very nice.
And we get more of Hakase and her dad's backstory about how he was the original designer of not only Aoi and Malshina, but all of the clerks.
They go in so hard with this whole fucking backstory. Like, my god. Jesus Christ.
Her dad was the one to discover the delusion dimension and channel into its power and created the Moi Moi Zakuns, and then sent as part of, he was so angry that she worked as the actress for the studio that fired him because his designs were too animu otaku moe. He was so pissed about that his daughter was working for them still, that he not only created the Zakuns and sent them to her, but cursed them to eventually kill her after enough uses.
You got daddy issues.
So funny. Just playing the Dragon Ranger.
It was literally a Green Candle reference.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. No, yeah, you even hear the fucking dragon flute like going off.
I lost it. What?
It's so funny.
Something to keep in mind for me is like, because I haven't seen a lot of like the old Sentais, right? Like, I didn't know what carried over and what didn't. Like, I didn't know green candles were a thing in the original Sentai. I didn't know the bam ba 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 was original to the Sentai.
Oh yeah,
slightly different.
It's from the Sentai British.
I think in Zyuranger, like Dragon Ranger only had like 24 hours like worth of transformation.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, it was definitely a very similar limited power set of sorts.
Yeah, like literally, if he like once it's out, he's dead, and which he does. Spoiler, but
Ranger.
Oh no, you spoiled the show from the 90s.
But I just wanted to get into I find like Hakase like really attractive, and
yes,
like especially in season 2, which we'll talk about eventually. You know if you know. But like hearing her doing like the Ow-Tan voice or whatever, I was like, oh my god.
Ow-Tan?
Or Owie, whatever the fuck her name is.
I just had a fucking brain blast!
Oh.
I know why her character name is Owie.
Why?
Because Akibaranger's slogan is "Pain is power." Owie!
As soon as you said
awesome.
it, I'm like, I know he's gonna end this.
Oh my fucking god!
You literally had the reaction too of him looking in the mirror, like.
Akiba Ranger is truly one of the greatest things in tokusatsu.
It's so funny.
So
It's like it fully understands like what it needed to be and did it flawlessly.
This was just to sell fucking like SH figure arts. Like, my god.
I just think it's so funny
good.
that the arc over these 3 episodes, like, remember at the start of the show where their mission was to become an official Sentai? And the course of these 3 episodes is them becoming an official Sentai, and then they want no part of it.
I want to exist, please, no.
I want to be a Sentai, but only ironically.
No.
It's like, it's so just them backtracking, being like, I truly don't want my life to end, so I can't have the show end. Them name dropping the creator, like, as the I'm getting ahead of myself, but
Yeah, we'll get to that. So in episode 10, so we get all the backstory, and then this new guy shows up, saving puppies, being refreshing, and wearing red.
Oh, that poor little puppy.
No, and I, like, for like an episode and a half, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, where do I fucking know this guy from? Where have I fucking seen this goddamn motherfucker? And then Akagi goes like, oh yeah, you look like fucking Geki Blue. And he's like, no, I'm not, a different person. And I'm like, it is Geki Blue.
it's not. Okay. When I watched it, I just randomly picked one of like the one of the sites to watch it on instead of downloading it all. From what I saw, is like his twin. It's not Geki Blue's actor.
It's not him specifically. He played an evil clone of Retsu in one episode of Geki Ranger.
Oh,
Well, I think
yes.
Geki Blue's actor actually has a twin brother.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the twin actor.
Oh, then that's why they hired him. But yeah, there's this one moment where Kozu pulls out a picture of Geki Blue and starts like pointing at him. And that's where the show just like self-references.
The show self-references?
Every now and then.
noticed.
And, which is even more funny when that one time he attacks and uses like a wolf-themed attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, So he shows up. We also got our brand new evil general, Delu Knight, who's badass.
Yeah, no, again, like, I love how the villain designs in this didn't play into the parody aspect at all. They're just like,
not even the alpaca.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. No, like, most of the monsters are pretty like, again, these seem like something you would see in an actual official Sentai.
Yeah.
I like too when we see when like her dad was like design. We actually saw what I'm assuming is like actual like concept art.
Yeah.
Or at least copies of it. It was like, oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like seeing concept art for Sentai, especially the monsters, so good.
Oh yeah.
I just recommend.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Malshina, her actress is not an AV actress. It's just they're doing like the Mabushina thing where it's like it's a reference to all of the.
I'm pretty sure she was, because I think I remember looking up some of her AV work.
Oh,
maybe I don't know. I think I'm mixing it up with Mabushina, or not Mabushina. Whoa, Yodana.
Oh,
same show, completely wrong character. Holy shit, completely wrong character.
I want to think Mabushina that way. Oh my god.
Yodana her actress was not an AV actress, but is still in reference to like Showa era AV actresses who played villains.
You know what? I'm gonna.
It's funny though. There was like a shot of just like Dr. Zed, just like she,
okay, just to be honest,
him in her chest or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
just to be as sure as we can, I looked on the wiki for Malshina's actress, Ai Shimomura, formerly known under the stage name Honoka, a Japanese actress and adult film star who portrayed Malshina.
Very nice.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense. That's on brand.
You're not gonna fucking Berenstain Bears me on this one.
No, I just didn't know.
I saw that pixelation, damn it.
But anyways, Delu Knight, great design, a lot of swagger and badass this guy is, and then as I said, voiced by fucking Sanji. So
typical swagger of an Akibaranger monster.
Yep.
For a while, I did almost for a sec misremember something where I thought that Takuma was Delu Knight for a bit. That would have been something the show would absolutely do. But no, yeah, so this new guy who shows up is Hakase Hiroyo's long-lost half-brother from New York, so they're literally pulling a reverse Hank Hill Junichiro situation.
Like a CIA agent for Interpol, and I'm just like, okay.
Yep.
But yeah, a long-lost relative shows up. You don't usually see that in things. Oh, wait.
And then Akagi gets a call to join the Pentagon.
The Pentagon is so funny.
Pentagon calling.
If that had been in reverse, that would have been so... How'd you get this number?
I was fully ready for this to be Malshina fucking around with them on the phone again, like when she was pretending to be the Toei producer.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, no, I thought that too.
But yeah, Buddy gets an invite to go to the Pentagon, so he gets to go abroad.
And on a weird coincidence, Sayaka also is getting relocated to Virginia.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
I like that they went with like, oh, you know, usually, oh, my family's moving to Japan. Now they're doing we're moving to America.
Yeah.
Which I guess that is a trope that we'll discuss, but yes.
Yep. So yeah, I love how episode 10 ends with Takuma literally coming in, literally blowing his own horn. He comes in with a fucking trumpet, tooting on it like he's a fucking stage artist.
Well, I like too when like he's driving up and like it's just strapped to his back. It's like, bro, you gotta put that in a case.
I was like, they're showing that prominently. What is he about to do? And he just comes in playing, and I'm like, this motherfucker.
Put some sass on it.
That's great.
Oh, there was. Go back up. Sorry to our notes. There was one other thing I thought was very. Oh, again with like the weird parallels going on. Her fucking scorpion tattoo.
Yep.
Like.
Yeah.
It's the Cobra. Like.
Once again, we have a character with an insect-themed tattoo that is slowly creeping up their body and threatens to murder them.
What is going on in the writer? Sorry, this wouldn't even be the writer's room. This is just cosmic coincidence.
Yeah.
We do that.
The fact that this happened the same week we talked about these episodes is one of those weird coincidences that we cannot explain.
Mm-hmm. So
unless Gar knows these episodes in advance and planned this.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point, man.
That's why he's not here, so we can't call him out.
The perfect crime. Anyways, next episode.
So Akagi's like on his way to like go to the airport to like fly to America, and he runs into Malshina, and then he's just like sitting here going like, wait a fucking minute. This reminds me of an episode of Sun Vulcan where like the Red got transferred to NASA, and then we got replaced with the new Red, and he's like, hang on a minute. He like takes his like pass that lets him like go and get into America, and he like makes it an airplane, throws it into the river, and then coincidentally some fucking policemen are like searching the river, and it's like, hey, we're trying to do something here. Fucking take this back.
Throw your trash down here.
He even says,
fucking way.
If I'm right, this will come back to me, no matter what.
Yeah.
I just love how it goes into the water, and then they just throw it back.
And it perfectly lands back at him.
And he's like,
and then Akagi has the revelation that he realizes, oh my god, we're inside a TV show.
Just like...
Welcome to the meta bullshit, everyone!
Oh, and they go hard with it.
It's so funny.
Oh, okay. Can I just say, yeah? So because Akagi leaves, like this guy takes over as like the new Akibaranger. They have like the whole like transferred like send off and stuff. It's really cool.
He even gets his own henshin sequence.
Yeah, gets the henshin sequence. They get like super jackets, and I gotta just say, Yomaria is fucking adorable in this fucking like version of her.
Normal Yumeria.
Well,
yeah,
I just love.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's back to the Pentagon thing. I just think it's so funny that like like in a show like Akibaranger, it's totally normal for someone to be like, the Pentagon called you, they want you in America, but then he's like, wait, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, like, I'm just some guy. Like, why is an American military asking me?
Because of that one time he henshined IRL and fought a monster.
I guess. But like, you're absolutely right. Like in the show proper, it would be something you just like, oh yeah, he's leaving, that's fine. Like he's off to bigger, better things. Bye.
And the funny thing that they really don't touch on is like the reason they wanted to hire him is because he henchened and fought a monster, but he hands off the power set to go to America without it.
Again, it's not the suit, it's the person.
Sure.
America understands that.
Gotta have hot.
Well, also, I never noticed this about Akagi, like in his like design. I didn't realize that he's wearing like fingerless gloves over a pair of gloves. I was like,
very silly.
Like, this guy's really going overboard. No, I love him. Like Akagi's my favorite character.
What I like too, going again with the whole meta thing, is like, yeah, once a new guy shows up, it starts feeling like a proper Sentai.
Yep.
Like they're getting the beats.
It's like kind of
they're doing it correctly. Like when they morph here, Yellow actually gives a proper roll call.
Yeah,
like,
they do an actual solid roll call for once.
Oh, like wait, what's going on?
What's happening?
I love their jackets, but yeah, I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, these aren't the silly fuckwads I fell in love with.
I do like how they like kind of upgrade the little like heel slap thing. They do like a spin kick into it. Yeah,
they do. They full on do like some Tommy Oliver tornado kicks and shit.
My favorite throughout all three of these episodes too is just when they do their roll call and Akiba Blue just goes like super fucking overboard.
She just goes crazy.
Yep.
And I'm like, you're really hamming this up.
Like she just
that's the bit though. They each have their own bit for the roll call.
I love that she just like does a full on like breakdance move. Like, spins.
But that was only after she was trained by Nibori.
Yeah.
Explain this gif.
Yeah, so Takuma, as the new Akiba Red, does his Heart Tiger attack, which again is the reference to him being related to Retsu.
Oh yeah.
So then Akagi has to like convince them that like they're in a TV show. So the fucking like broadcast message starts fucking showing up across the screen.
If we shut up for long enough, they'll put a broadcast message along the bottom. There you are, bitch! Got you!
I love the build up to that. Just as they're like, what's going on? You see it?
Yeah, so like he stops it and he makes them like read the message and it's just like, see? And they're like, oh my fucking god.
And then it's even funnier when Takuma's like, I don't see it.
What's going on?
Because you're not open-brained like us.
Your third eye is open.
Well, I just got a call that I gotta be sent back to base, so
and then he immediately gets written out of the show.
This is the best.
He's gone. They got him.
I love how they edited it too. He literally goes around the corner as soon as he's out of frame.
A different actor bites off at him.
That was hilarious.
It's so
like a Milk
funny.
Roast joke.
So good.
They got him.
I finally remember what it reminded me of. Just like this level of meta, and it wasn't a TV show. It was from a Simpsons comic. I'll post a picture, but it was a Halloween special, and basically like there's like reveal after reveal, like the planet's being invaded by aliens. No, it's being invaded by robots. No, it's being invaded by ghosts from the future. And then Sideshow Bob just goes, "No, we're in a comic, you idiots! Look!" And like he's pointing to like the other panel. It's a good comic, actually.
I'm gonna say this in as little a spoilery way as possible, but I was reminded of Danganronpa in a way that I will not elaborate on.
Okay.
Play the Danganronpa games, please.
I understand. I know.
That's actually incredibly accurate.
Right?
Yes.
So then they realize they're like, oh
V3,
shit.
not 3.
Oh shit, we're hitting
Very important.
We're hitting the finale of like the show. We have to avoid this as much as possible. So they like try different things. Where like Eumeria like goes up to
we gotta give ourselves
worker and she's like, I like you, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, her feelings are gonna be like super mixed. She's not gonna know what to feel. Yeah,
immediately.
I like you too. In fact, I love you. And
I love it. This is where like okay, so this is after they reveal it, but they discover, or rather, Akagi figures out that the person manipulating their existence, their world, the show, is Toei producer Hate Saburo.
John Toei's brother.
Literally the incarnation of John Toei.
John Toei, the physical manifestation.
It's a very smart and I think it's a perfect finale for the show where it's like, we don't want the show to end, so let's create a bunch of arcs that have to go somewhere.
Right?
And, like, the writers, so they're like, I have a rival that I have to fight, and she immediately walks in with a broken leg.
Like, you win.
It's so funny.
I guess you and I were the only two competitors in this tournament, so you win by default now.
Okay.
And then
It's like, no!
And then like Akagi's like, well, Sayaka's like going to America, so she won't be back for a while. Actually, I came back to Akihabara. It's like,
Oh my god.
Also, I like Sentai now.
She does the thing that every otaku nerd dreams of. A girl saying, "You want to come to my house and tell me about your favorite show?"
yeah, like on the plane, she like
so
watched
funny.
the Sun Vulcan movie and she loved it.
I'm kind of low key sad we didn't get an expounding on that scene where we just see Akagi just fully like giving up on the mission temporarily, going,
He just gives up.
"Hooray! Sayaka loves me. This is great."
Let's watch Sun Vulcan.
Oh my god.
I also really liked, like, it's a cool, in a more serious show, this could have been horrifying. But I love the idea of them figuring it out and being like, no, we're not going to do that. But especially with Dr. Z, like, every time he's like, okay, no, I'm going to change my plan. Just,
a glitch happens.
The universe glitches.
He gets rewritten by Saburo.
And, like, you could say that's, like, Saburo was doing all that other stuff, too. It's like, oh, you're not gonna fight her, eh? Oh, well, break her leg. Like,
Yeah.
Hate Saburo starts rewriting the show every time they try and create a plot arc or foreshadowing or a delay of the ending.
Oh, you guys want more going on? Bullshit. Give his mom cancer.
Oh man.
Harley Quinn, you shot me with a cancer ray?
And then eventually, like, they go to fight like Delu Knight, and Delu Knight's like giving off all the like final villain like
flags,
lines, and they're like la 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 la, we're not listening. No, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
After this fight, I'm going to marry my fiance.
No.
And then he makes the legitimate like weakness. He's like, this is my weakness. If you hit me here, I will die. And they're like, no.
All right, I was like, all right, now we're leading into a little much. All right.
Like, I was like, it's like the fucking like Simpsons, like the McBain movie with his partner dying.
Delu Knight!
Oh fuck.
Very funny.
And so they literally go, "We will have our final climactic duel in 6 months."
What?
Yeah.
No! And I just love the idea that Delu Knight is just like, no, we're not doing any of that. Like, we're doing this today.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not waiting around 6 months. This is gonna be boring as shit. I have nothing to do.
And then Delu Knight gets promptly shot down by Dr. Zed, who attempts to take control.
He gets what by Dr. Zed?
Oh, I'm sorry. He gets hit with the dull side of his sword.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
I love that.
The dull side of his sword.
I wonder, like, because, you know, with this show, you never know. But, yeah, that's the thing. He does, like, we see him. We have it on film, him getting shot.
Yep.
But then he says, like, later, to, like, just like, oh, no, you're not dead. Oh, it's okay. I hit you with the blunt end of the sword. You didn't hit him with the sword.
What are you talking about?
Like, and like, for this show, that could have been intentionally a joke. That could have also been a flub. I don't know.
No, I think that was an intentional
That
joke.
would have been amazing.
So yeah, the show gets rewritten again. Haha, the battle has just started! And then we summon the giant fighting robot boss, Boomerang Titan.
Which, they didn't need to go this hard on the mech design.
That was that thing has no business being as cool as it is for a show like this.
It's like the other monsters.
It's like the monsters. It's like Delu Knight.
Yeah.
Like, it reminded me of like the building mech from Dogengers.
Oh yeah.
Also, like I not that we weren't gonna not get this in this kind of show, but it's like, okay, Melchina, if you're calling him dad, father, what are you doing? Like, cause she keeps like isn't that how she like literally like jogged his memories or something?
Yeah, because like because he created her, she considers him her father, so she keeps calling him father, and he's like, no, call me Dr. Zed.
Which, by the way, power move to have your kids call you doctor.
Well, I mean, she's not actually his child.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Dr. Dad.
I have kids. No, don't call me dad. Call me doctor.
Please. Please, Dad was my father's
I can kind
name.
of see you doing that.
Well, because Mom already calls me
Dad.
daddy, so we can't do this.
Oh.
That's a joke I like from like this era. It's like, you know, this daddy shit's getting out of hand. My kids are gonna have to call me bra or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
But yeah, then she like, you know, she gives them the old marshmallow hell treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I am finding comfort in your boobs.
Which, you know, for Frankie, good for Frankie. I just love his design too. The Doctor,
That's
it's
what he
so
would want.
stupid.
The show of villain ass outfit he's got.
Yeah, no,
fucking
it's so
wig.
like it's so textbook show of villain. It's great.
The big
Like
claw
comical
hand.
eye.
Yep.
Yeah, the long fucking white ass hair. Like, oh man.
Was this motherfucker eating chicken wings with his big claw hand? And red wine, like that's a combo.
And the fucking power move of going, you know what? Let's not kill them today. I want somebody to watch while I eat tomorrow's lunch. Let's kill them tomorrow.
But even that sounds like an old school thing a villain would say, like, yes, during my lunch.
Because they didn't have the quality of writing to come up with better reasons to not murder them immediately.
And now, that's a good show.
It's funny when it's ironic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they decide to fight the mech and
no, they don't want to, but fucking Machine Itasha shows up and does it for them.
Yeah. We forgot to mention one thing too. Little funny thing was when Red was being stalked by the Americans, right? Oh. We have that one guy come out and we're like, oh hey, it's Tom Constantine. Because if I ever see a white guy in a Sentai now.
And I love that the guy in the suit. Are you Nobu Akagi? Akigi?
And then they even though they want, again, I just like this idea that the universe needs to correct itself, because even though they want to bring him, they're like, open fire!
Yeah.
And Melchina's apparently bulletproof.
Melchina can apparently withstand bullet fire.
I'll give this show credit.
The minion that immediately gets gunned down like
best minion ever. I love when he was fucking trying to defend her with the umbrella. In Wii. But I will give this show so much credit. The restraint they had not to have while she's being shot, they all just hit her in the tits,
or to have her clothes start ripping.
Yeah, I'll give them that. They didn't go that far.
But apparently she does survive, so I guess that is a thing she can do.
Yeah, I'm fine with the villain being bulletproof. That tends to happen. Just normal guns can't defeat me.
Yeah. So Itasha shows up, grows giant, so we can have our big climactic final mech fight, which is hilarious to think about, that we've had this whole season of quote-unquote Sentai with no mech fights.
Yeah, those tend to be the most expensive part.
The Akibaranger's like, no, we shouldn't fight. We have to not do the final episode. And then as it is about to step on Akiba Red, Yellow throws a can from a garbage can nearby and causes the most bullshit chain reaction that ends up defeating the robot.
Yeah, it's like fucking Happy Gilmore, with the final golf
show
swing,
was saved thanks to an empty can, and she's like, how the hell did that even fucking happen? It was just an empty can.
The show needs to end.
So funny.
The power of Hate Saburo will not be denied.
It's honestly it's like Final Destination the Final Destination movies, where it's doesn't matter what you do, this will kill you.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Some strange Rube Goldberg contraption.
And then just the fucking crowd shot as all the people they saved come and are thanking them, and the fucking fake tears in their eyes.
I have seen a lot of gross things in my life. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Whatever the fuck was attached to their faces to make fake tears. It's
oh my god.
It looked like glue.
Just pour some water on your cheek.
It's called glycerin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nitroglycerin?
I was thinking it.
No, just regular glycerin.
Okay.
Non-nitroglycerin.
Legit, if fake tears, they're made of glycerin.
Inflammable means flammable?
Not that country. So then we get this tiny little section of the plot where Dr. Zed decides to go good.
Yeah.
And instead of this is another final episode flag, it is interesting and a little heartwarming that the Akibaranger go, you know what? Let her have this one.
I want to say that too, because even though they don't want the universe to end, because they're still heroes. They can't help themselves. They want to save the people, which is what they were doing. Yes, the universe was throwing everything at them to make them do it, but they are heroes in that sense.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, sorry. Like you said, it was nice that they said, you know what, let's do this one because she's our friend.
We'll come up with another way to delay this bullshit.
And the father seems to genuinely want to do it too. So
until he gets rewritten again.
There we go. But it's like with Ransik and Nadira. It needs to happen, not for the plot, but for the heart.
Yeah. And then we come to the actual final enemy of the show. Literally giant text saying the end.
Oh my god.
So funny.
I like what they did before that too, where Malshina is like just like, oh no, I'm the bad guy now. And they're like, oh, we're gonna just keep.
We're gonna have this ongoing rivalry for at least another half season.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Thy end.
So they start actually fighting these giant 3D text characters that are like flying around and crashing into them like they're goddamn Master Hand.
Right. And speaking of Master Hand,
the show literally ends when Hante Saburo comes in and goes, well, fuck it, I'll do it myself, and claps his hand over the camera.
So
that's how you end the show.
I will literally end this show myself.
I will end you.
I'm sorry I'm saying literally again so much, but it actually is happening.
That actually
literally
works there.
So, yeah, there is actually an episode 13. I'm looking at the schedule. I don't think we're going to talk about it because it is largely just a recap special. But
it is a recap with a helmetless roll call at the end, and like a slight it's set up for season 2.
It starts as a recap special, and then it becomes like that's the joke. Haha! Oh no, we're in a recap special. They do a helmetless roll call and also vaguely hint at season 2.
Oh,
yes, they do. They just
yes, season 2 because that's the word for pain.
Snell, I will just say this, like for me personally, I haven't finished all of season 2 of Akibaranger because I only watched the first half, but I could say from what I've seen of the first half of season 2, like you thought this first season was bananas. Oh,
I think I might check out the second half of Akibaranger.
Literally, the only thing I remember about it is that there is a different Blue Ranger.
No.
Yes.
No, I think he's gonna like the powerful Rangers. That's all
right.
I will say.
That's what happens.
American powerful Rangers.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Powerful
but like,
Rangers.
oh my god, yeah.
The fucking American flag on the neck.
No,
God.
You've seen the image.
I've seen images of it though, but yeah,
flawless.
I like that.
What?
There it is.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, I like that when they released the SH figure arts of Dragon Ranger and Tyranno Ranger, they actually came with accessories that you could turn them into the powerful Rangers.
That's awesome.
That's the funniest shit.
I did that. It was very cool.
Very cool. But yeah, no, like Akibaranger, I think was a lot better than I was expecting. Not just because I found it very funny, but like there's so much heart in it.
Yeah.
Like it's like. Like I said, it wears its unofficialness on its sleeve, and that works. I think the best. It's the best thing the show could have done.
I would say Akibaranger is like on par with like Dawn Brothers of like god tier writing.
It knows what it is. It knows the core concept of what it's trying to be. It's hey, we're a Sentai parody that is entirely based off of the concept of like all the previous Sentai and like kind of making fun of it, kind of playing into it. And this is what I feel like. This is what I feel like Zenkaiger would have been if they had like a little bit more freedom. But I think it's incredibly. It excels incredibly at what it was trying to do.
It is a show about the fandom, and it is a show for the fandom.
And I want to say, like, this show has its fans because I was looking into this. A couple of years ago, this was like 2021. There was a Marvel comic. You might have heard of this, Avengers Tech O.
I think I remember seeing.
I'll put up an image here, but like,
sounds familiar.
It's like, you know, they did a Marvel comic of like, what if it was more Sentai themed, right?
Yeah.
And look who makes a cameo.
Yep.
Like,
oh shit!
That's an official Marvel comic.
I remember seeing that.
Oh
like,
my god!
Like,
yeah, there's Hakase. Wow.
Look at that.
That's great.
That's awesome. You never know who's gonna watch your show. Someone at the Marvel staff is an Akibaranger fan.
Yep.
That's great.
But
you guys I was gonna say, have you guys watched Kampai Senshi After V?
Yes.
Oh yes, we talked about it.
It's after 5.
Finish it.
Because they get drunk after 5.
That's the one. Yeah,
we still need to finish it. Actually.
Yes, I've watched it all, and it is so good.
It's very funny.
You know that trope? I don't know if it's as much of a trope as I think it is, but like the idea of like the villain becoming sympathetic to the main characters. They run that one so well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
But yeah, Akibaranger, it was really great revisiting like the first season, and just like it reminded me of how like amazing this show is. It's just phenomenal. It's so good, so funny. I love the Akiba Red suit like so much. Like Akagi was my favorite character like the whole way through, and it's so good.
I remember all of that. It rings true for me as well, and it also reminded me how disappointed I was with Akiba Blue just as an entire character in this season. It's like she's the one thing I think I don't like about Akibaranger.
No, that was the point with her. She was like,
that's fully the point.
Wasn't
I get
into this shit, and then she got into this shit.
Yeah, but I'm speaking as like the blue. You know what I mean?
Sure.
She's not a worthwhile blue in my eyes. But that's the joke.
Yeah. So they fixed that in the second season, did they?
I don't think so.
Not by much. No,
it's a different character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, Akibaranger, great, holds up really, really well.
If you're into this, I do think being a fan of Sentai makes this an easier pill to swallow. But I also think if you're just into really zany comedy, like it's pretty zany.
If you're just into like anime, even.
Yeah.
You don't even have to You don't even have to be in a Sentai. I think this plays into a lot of anime stuff too.
One of the things that I really appreciate about this show was even though Akagi makes many like deep cuts into Sentai's lore, they're explained just enough so that you don't have to have seen the shows they're talking about because he explains the reference.
Yes. Fully goes into detail. Here's what happened in Sun Vulcan, and the actor got replaced, and how it happened, and how it currently relates to our situation in the show.
But I will say this though quickly, Toei, I know you're listening. Fucking make the Akibarangers cameo in Dogengers. Like they would fit in so much with these.
They just did a. I know Akagi's actor.
I know they can't, but they should.
I'm blinking on
They're a kind of local hero.
No, I was saying I'm blinking on their names.
Akibaranger are basically the local heroes of Akibara.
Yeah. The three of them, all did a picture together, and three of them in quotes. They had Blue on like FaceTime. But the three of them were like, there's a photo of all three of them, like this year, which is very sweet.
Akibaranger, like 15 years later, maybe.
I'd watch it.
I would honestly I'd love for them to do some kind of anniversary thing.
There's at this point like how many 10 years, 20 years later movies that they can riff on.
Right. That would be the funny thing to do.
Yeah, they would make jokes about the reunion specials.
How they have like usually nothing to do with like the plot.
Yeah,
just how badly everyone's aged.
They acknowledged Akibaranger in fucking Senkai. That was great. I loved it.
And that gears, they do the thing. They do the death flags. It's like they all immediately say things that immediately lead to a character's death.
They summon Akiba Red, and Akiba Red just runs over to Senkaiser. He's like, "Oh my fucking god, it's Senkaiser!"
I'll say this too. Everyone in the show's funny. But like I don't know his name, but the actor playing Red is something else. He's a very funny guy.
I love his facial reactions to everything that happened.
Like it sucks that he is unofficial because I'd call him like one of the best Red performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's because this was short and sweet, but I don't know.
I legit would put Akiba Red up there for like in my like top 5 favorite Sentai Red designs.
I mean,
like,
legit,
really great.
He's got the heart of a Red for sure. Like in
sure.
truth.
Yeah,
and he's just a little funny about it.
Yeah,
because he's a nerd.
Yeah,
cringe otaku.
That makes him relatable.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not a perfect boy.
He's not a refreshing new Red guy.
They tried. Watch Akibaranger.
Yes, if you haven't,
go watch it.
What are you doing?
Golden.
We need to watch season 2. Like,
what are you doing
now? Whatever. You know what? Fucking Akiba made season 2. No.
I don't know when, but we will get to season 2 at some point.
I can't wait.
All right.
Yeah. So that's Castranger. Jackson, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Always happy to be here.
Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Well, this will make Decker happy. We're going back to Gotchard Land because next week's feature topic is the Lachesis Dark Revelation special.
Yippee!
Oh, Martin Gottsched? No.
Dude, call me.
All right.
My favorite.
Apologies that I forgot to shout out our patrons last week, but let me pull that up real quick.
Do it twice.
All right. Our currently
You know
active
who you
patrons
are.
include Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Midas, Vegas Bear, and Locke. Thank you very much for supporting what we do. As always, the
Yeah.
primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Patreon, merch store, all of our cool shit. Let us know what you thought of these episodes in the comments. Let us know what you would like us to talk about in the future. Thank you for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome.
You're awesome.
And we will see you next week.
And remember, I love you like I love my dog.
Stan official.